Welcome back to Streets of Lavidia. This is session 11, and I think it's probably telling you we're playing Cyberpunk. That's not true. I'm fixing it while we speak. Sorry, this is not the session we ran on Thursday. So, Streets of Lavidia. Last session we were in Bridger. Folks were looking for places to stay. We found a variety of different options. Um, and They have also learned from the these guilds on the outskirts of town that there is a job. They have committed to it in a sense, and that'll be during the next day. We ended last session with them kind of gathering together in the evening time and working through some ideas. Some scouting was engaged in. Um, And I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to you. Um, it's the evening, so it's the evening before. Um, is there anything that you just as like kind of a last call? Is there anything that you folks would want to do prior to the day of the festival?
Um, Kieran would want to invest in some fancy new clothes.
Okay, so being it late, it will be very difficult for you to find a vendor that would be available. So purchase is probably not very much on the table, but you could try to slip one in before noon when the bridge is supposed to go up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then he can do that, like first thing in the morning or whatever.
Okay.
Wake up, have some breakfast, go shopping.
Anybody else?
What was our plan? Did we come up with a plan? Does anybody remember what it was? I know we were gonna do it, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I wonder if
Oh yeah, there was
anybody
no
does.
plan. There was no
Well,
plan made.
Did we?
We're gonna
Okay,
kick
at
in
least
the
we didn't
door
make.
and say, "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
All right, so there
Uh,
wasn't really a
Yeah, pretty
plan
much.
made.
That's it. We're just gonna go in there.
well, one thing I would suggest we try at least before we dive in early in the morning. I'm tired after working, so I'm gonna go straight to bed and be up early, hitting the shops. Do we want to look to see if we can find someone who could be selling a like scroll of curse removal before we go forward with just using a cursed object that we know nothing about?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Could at least see. Maybe they don't have it, but
Yeah, that's a very good idea. We should check.
Okay, it's an option. Anybody else, or do we want to fast forward to the morning time?
I think remove curse is a level 3 spell, is it? Or is
That's
it? Let me
right.
see. Yeah, it is level 3. See, so I don't have it. I do not have.
How much
remove
experience
curse.
are you folks away from 5th level?
Wait, from 5th?
pretty close.
About
Where do I-
1,200.
Yeah, 1200.
Yeah, 1200. That would be it.
Okay. It's a little too far out for me to
Yeah.
say go for it.
Right.
If it was under 1,000, I would have been like, yeah, just do it.
What if we kill like Foxen or something? How much XP would we get?
So he's
Just kidding, everybody.
5th
Just
level
kidding.
character. I think that translates to a CR 1 or 2,
Oh,
so
that's
about
so
450.
That's just not enough.
Split amongst 5 of you.
Foxen isn't even worth killing. We
Damn.
might as well just keep him alive. No, I'm just
Foxen.
kidding, Foxen. Foxen, if you're watching this, I'm just kidding.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I guess I'll take this world's best boss mug back.
Yeah, right.
So should we? I mean,
Uh.
should we be scheming at the dinner table before we all hit the hay and stuff and fast forward? Not though, like before we jump right into the day. Like, I know.
You know-
well, I
well-
guess I don't know. I wasn't told by the character technically, so out of character, I know how it's supposed to happen with the bridge lifting and all that. But
Well, here's something to think about, people. The remove curse spell says that if it's an object that you're removing the curse of, it could break your attunement to it, but it's still cursed. So that remove curse thing isn't really good.
Yeah,
Unless we want it for when we use it, we
We
get
discussed
cursed.
this last time. It's not a cursed
Yeah.
magic item. It is a magic item with a curse placed on it.
Oh,
These are two
shoot,
very
yeah.
different things. A
Yeah,
magic item that is made with a curse versus a magic item that has a curse placed upon it. These are two different methods.
Right.
What it means is if it's a magic item that is a cursed magic item, like it was built with the curse imbued, all that it'll allow you to do is remove the attunement that's usually like locked onto the person, like it longs onto,
Yeah.
attunes to it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Jonah would definitely be able to explain in detail how cursed magic items work and how they kind of like ingratiate themselves to an individual. Then
So, what it is, right? Aliens.
to answer your question in the chat,
Aliens.
so it would be like, yo, dog, I heard you like cursed magic items, so I put a curse on your cursed magic item, so you could have a cursed magic item while you curse magic item. Yeah, that's pretty much how that would work. It would just be doubly.
Slaps the top of cursed magic item. This bad boy can fit so many
much
curses
curse.
in it.
It's so much curse. That's great.
All right. So I guess we might as well not worry about it then. The remove curse spell.
Also, but what's the plan still, though? Are we all trying to slip into this place at the same time?
Yeah,
Wake us up, like,
I'm kind of fuzzy on what the job is. It's been a couple weeks.
It is very sudden and out of the blue, so there isn't really a lot of room for planning. You do not have to do this, but if you want to engage with it, you can. Like it's optional. This is something you're taking on for a gang you probably don't even remember the name of.
I do. I got it written down.
Yeah, I know Kevin.
It
does.
was
That guy takes notes.
Shinero Kango, right?
Mm,
Was it the Shinero Kango or the Mardigans?
The Mardigans.
well, I had a lot of hope in you, Kevin. I really did, and you failed me.
Uh-oh. Well, it says the Shinero Kango is a well-known gang, untouchable. They earned a life of a king. Then I have Mardigans, gloved hand holding
Sure.
a coin and a dagger.
yeah. The other one were the ones in the restaurant. They weren't the ones who were commissioning us.
Yes.
Oh, you're right. Oh, wait a minute. Then I think
See, I
do
remember
who it
John.
was.
You know
I
what?
think I remember who it was.
Gain inspiration, Michael.
Thank you.
But
I already have it. But that's fine.
if you want to give it to somebody else, you can.
Yeah, who doesn't have that? Someone take inspiration.
I think I have it right now.
I have one.
I think
Okay,
we
well.
might be full up on
I gotta
inspiration.
remember to use it though.
Yeah, that's why, because I pass them
Yeah.
out way too willy nilly.
I'll take it.
Joe's got it. Joe gets it.
All right, give it to Joe. Joe will use it too.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't.
Oh
have
wait,
one
I
right.
didn't have it. Okay, I didn't
Well,
have
you
it.
missed
That's
your
fine.
chance, buddy bear.
I know, I
Joe
missed my
snatched
chance.
that bad boy up.
Joe needs it. Joe will
does.
use it. He'll use it for
He
sure.
can't just decide to, get advantage on his attack rolls at the beginning of his initiative.
He just has to drop it.
But he can do that. So, anyway, if there is no plan, you need to make one.
I've asked a couple times.
Yeah, let's make a
We're
plan.
I'm going to
just
bed,
gonna
boys.
Walk up in there.
I just feel like I'm standing there asking, and everyone's just like eating their dinner. I'm just like, okay, screw me, I'm going to bed.
Plan is to
Well-
walk up in there, steal everything, get out.
Love it.
What are the rest of us doing?
Yeah, that's exactly. I don't know that we're all wanting to jump into this building simultaneously because that just feels like a bad situation to be in.
Yeah,
100%.
seems like suicide.
I'm trying to think if there's any way I can distract people potentially for a given amount of time, especially in the restaurant. But
I'd say
Do I-
try
would I-
to-
is the restaurant open at the time that the bridge opens still, since it's like a bridge over the bridge?
It is open during that time, yeah.
Is he gonna be? Could he be up here somewhere?
So
You could, and there is access to the building you're wanting, or the part of the building you're trying to access through the cafe portion. This is where the kitchens are.
I mean, I could do a distraction. I could go in and say anything like, or try to say that I want to practice on the daytime folk or something. I try to finagle something with them.
Just flirt with all the kitchen stuff.
But I don't know what everyone else wants to try to do. There's limited things that I'm able to do in this situation.
Could
But being sneaky.
the night before can okay, it's funny. Jesus. Can Sebastian sort of like survey the perimeter
Yeah.
of the place we're supposed to go in?
Yeah, absolutely. So what you'll notice is that this entire bridge area, the part that goes up, is cleared. There are no tents. There's some posts that are kind of left behind, but it's mostly stuff that wouldn't be considered valuable to anybody who's walking past who'd want to take shit. The area that you'd be entering into is very specifically the bottom of this tower. When you check the area around it, what you'll note is that there appears to be no access at ground level. There is access to this building, which appears attached. If there is an internal access to the base of the tower, or rather, the bridge level section of the tower, it would be inside of that building. When you look at the outside of that building, you'll see that from a door on the back end of that building, there is a staircase that goes up to another attached building, but this building does not appear to have any doors that you can see from ground level on it whatsoever. So it seems like it's just a balcony area. It doesn't seem like it's supposed to enter into that structure, or what that structure even is supposed to be. And then this is free floating, so it's kind of like hanging off of the tower. There's no like structure underneath it, so as you can see, you can kind of go underneath that space. And looking at it from this back alley area, you would see that it's basically filled with boxes and barrels, which appear to be empties, supplies that would have been used for the kitchens.
Okay.
They have
So
markings that would kind of indicate they're from food vendors.
How far? Like, what's the distance from this part of the roof?
About 20 feet up, and then it's about 30 feet up to that balcony. As the tower, we mentioned, up to the point where it would be considered level with the bridge would be 50 feet. Then another 12 to 15 feet or so would be up to the roof, which is what we're looking at for realsies. So for you, your question, to get onto the roof, onto those crenellated areas on the top of the tower, it's 30 feet up from that balcony, 35 feet, 30 feet, and then it's 30 feet up to that balcony from ground level.
All right.
Just as a side note for strategy planning, I do have the ability to do both enthrall and the suggestion, so I can kind of distract. I can mess up people's perception checks, and I can make them just like leave, stuff like that. So if that ends up helping, that can be something.
Get past at least one or so folks.
Could your boy theoretically climb onto this balcony and then?
So we'll discuss the balcony again. The balcony is 30 feet off of ground level. It is free floating, which means it does not have a connection down below.
Yeah.
Then there's a staircase that descends down to the roof area, which is about the same height at its top. Coming out of the back side of that building is a door that goes onto those steps and then goes up to that weird multi-tiled building structure on the balcony there. Okay? And then this building has one entrance and one alone. That's right over, here.
Okay.
If there is an access point inside of the building into the tower is unknown. If there is an access point that's in secret on this space here, it is unknown. If you'd like to get up there somehow, you could attempt to climb this building or this building, jump across to the roof, drop down onto the stairs, make your way up, or fly to there. You could teleport if that's a thing you can do. There's a lot of fucking shit.
Can I just cloud giants jump up onto it?
That's a blink like 30 feet up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you blink up, grab a hold of the railing, and then pull yourself up top. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
No.
Because you'd have to catch it with your arms, teleporting, and then pull yourself up.
Okay. Here we go. Oh.
It's the ground level's 30 feet up, so you teleport.
I'm gonna
30.
use inspiration.
Huh?
I'm using my inspiration.
Did you roll already?
No, no.
Oh, you don't use your inspiration before rolling. You still use.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
not
you
this
might
game.
roll
You've been
good.
playing with somebody else, I think. Ooh,
sorry.
cheating on me.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna use that. Yep,
inspiration.
that's what you said was right. You're correct. Okay, so I'll say that you don't make it and you do fall.
Ooh.
So you'll take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, or fall damage rather, as you hit the ground.
Okay.
It definitely seems it's a bit precarious because again you're teleporting and trying to catch the rails so that you can pull yourself over. You can't see from down below enough to be able to teleport up over the rails or through the rails. That make sense?
Yeah.
And
Well-
if you move further away to try and get a better vantage point, then we start getting into Pythagorean theorem nonsense. And I don't want to deal with math because that's not who I am and that's not who I ever want to be.
Sure. Same.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna try to use my acrobatic skills,
Okay.
and I'm gonna attempt to climb onto these buildings.
So acrobatics is more for falling, less for or kind of jumping elegantly, less for
Damn.
climbing. So if you're trying to parkour, go ahead and make a
Yes.
perception check.
Parkour is fun.
Parkour is what you're trying to do. Again, parkour requires you to know where you're going, though. It's not just I acrobatics and then ta-da, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Okay, so with that, you kind of look around, and you're not seeing any easily kind of assailable vantage points without kind of going into a structure, which is aggravating to you.
Very.
You do see that this rooftop here is a bit lower than this structure here, and it could make for a slightly easier jump than what you just tried to do with your blinking. And you could get onto this roof by just kind of moving towards the end here and then jumping over onto it. But it will still require an athletics check with your roll.
I'll try it.
Okay. You hop
Try
over
it.
here onto the low portion of the vaulted roof. You make your way up to the top. Make a stealth check because I presume you're not wanting to like just trance around on top all
Yes.
willy-nilly in the middle of the night.
What is this? Why is it giving me? Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you're super quiet, and then you're going to go ahead and give me an athletics check. DC on this is going to be 15.
Oh god. Okay.
Sorry, 13. This one's the easier of the two.
Oh.
Okay.
8.
Anybody want to spend their inspiration on this shenanigans? I assume not? Okay, great. So
Wow.
you kind of biff, you slam down. You're going to take 3 points of bludgeon or falling damage as you kind of hit the roof and fall to the ground. At this point, you realize that a light is kind of shining through this alleyway, and you can see that a pair of guards, the patrols, are kind of moving over towards you. Doesn't look like
Yep.
they've currently caught wise of anything, but it definitely kind of alludes you, denotes to you the fact that this is not going to be something you can do forever, and your time is up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good efforts.
Good
Well,
try.
Despite. Okay, and then does anybody else have anything they want to do for the evening time?
No, just to talk a little bit about what we were going to do, though.
Mhm.
I could cast Pass Without Trace and go with whoever's going in. I don't know if we all want to go in like this, then somebody could say, it's a trap, That'll be perfect. But think about it anyways. But if I do cast Pass Without Trace, I'm going to have to go with you. I can't cast it on you guys and have you go. It's a self spell. So at least that's what I read. So
Yeah, I think
anyways.
that's probably, if we're gonna do it that way where there's only a couple
Mhm.
people going in, I think that is one of the better options to have you two potentially going in for it. And that way I can
Yeah.
kind of use some of my stuff to move and distract people outside.
All right. What about Kernell? Should he go in?
I mean, I could try to, I don't know, assume the disguise of a guard or a patron.
Did we see any guards or
You
which
just did. Yeah, just now.
Oh, okay. We
Inside
did
the
see guards.
building? No.
Oh, not inside the building. But we could try it. What the heck, right? The only thing that could happen is we could fail as miserably as
Jonah.
Valentine did Jonah. Yeah. That's
Don't blame him on his character. It was definitely Jonah's fault.
It was definitely Jonah.
I
I
mean-
mean, Jonah, what are you rolling like crap?
I don't know.
I know we're currently trying to do like some sort of recon and pre-planning, but again, like what is the job? What are we getting paid to do? I understand we've been given the bag and we're presumably stealing stuff.
Make an
We're
insight
just
check.
That's a good question.
Like I said earlier, it's been a couple weeks.
Make an insight check.
Yep. Get down. Come on, roll 20.
That's going slow. It's not
You gonna-
working. We're not
You
seeing
gonna
it.
do the thing? Oh shit!
Okay, now it worked a bunch of times, but that's okay. Holy shit.
God, that
So-
first one was a
10.
10.
There's something that feels off about the job. I mean, you're not wrong here. You're not picking up exactly what's going wrong, but like if you want to go ahead and verbalize that out of character, you can. Like just to try and kind of piece through what has been laid before you. I thought it was going
Right.
to be a lot more obvious than this, but apparently not. But here we are.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand who the mark is. I know Morrow picked up the job and he was given the bag.
Yeah.
No, Valentine picked up the job and was
Yeah, he
given the
did.
bag.
Yeah, so the whole thing that's as it was described was just that we're to go into this vault. There's a lot of money there. We steal as much as we can, and then we take it back to them, and they'll split it with us. That was all the explanation that was given in character.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Kieranel would like to get some eyes on those guards or whoever is
Sure. You've seen
the kinds of people that work in this vault.
Oh, no, that's not a thing that we've got. What we have access to is patrol people who are walking around the town. So
That's fine. That might be a good place to start. He might end up revolving through a series of disguises.
So what you've been able to tell for the day is that there are somewhere around 20 individual guardsmen throughout the town that kind of move in circuits and are replaced on a nightly basis. So the staff.
But they all have. Sorry.
Go ahead.
They all have the same uniform. I'm presuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not going to be too hard to fake.
Correct. There's going to be 20 active at all times on the bridge, and yeah, you would know where they station up. They station very close to where the book was passed off. Most military forces don't have barracks on site, so there are defenses here, and those are manned by the patrols, the town guard. But again, it usually only occupies about a fourth of their total number, where the rest are basically walking around in pairs.
Okay. So this was where Valentine was trying to get to. So this is what is the vault in one of these towers?
So we'll discuss it. The tower there on the right side, it stands 50 feet off of the top of the bridge. It descends
Yeah.
about 30 or so feet below the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
The vault is expected to be inside of that underspace. That underspace is fortified and is it's integral to the pillars that hold up the bridge. There is a mentality that was put forward by the Mardigans of just blowing out the floor and then gathering as much as you can from the explosion's aftermath. But they feel like that most of the coin that they'd be wanting would fall into the river below. So they prefer that someone goes inside of the tower, finds the vault access, enters into the space, and then uses their bag specifically to take the coin.
Okay, what if instead of just blowing out the bottom, we make a hole that's small enough to see through?
You try it?
And then you can use something like Misty Step to teleport your way in there.
It's a possibility, yeah.
So one thing I am worried about. Well, I don't know for sure about the whole the curse bag thing. If it has that same property of teleporting the money elsewhere, and the whole thing is to get us to load up the bag and then be like, someone's stealing your gold. Meanwhile, they have it all, and then we get
Yeah, they're gonna literally leave you holding the bag.
or something of that nature.
Now, identifying it will not tell you what the magical curse
Yeah.
on it is. You can either make an Arcana check, or you can test the bag by putting something into the bag and then reaching in to try and remove it from the bag, which is how a Crimson Knight bag typically works.
Okay.
I would like, because I already did the identify last time, so I would be down to try to put something inside of it.
Well, no, so
Unless you
Arcana, you're not trying to identify it here. You're trying to roll Arcana to see if you can suss out what the curse is.
I've got a
Looking at
better
the
idea.
magic that's on it.
What is up?
We're still in like the night before, like pre-planning.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, it's been nice treating Valentine like a puppet. I'm gonna spend an hour to cast Find Familiar
Okay.
to summon another worm,
Yep.
and then
I would say that Jonah, you kind of have a very strange feeling in your head. Like, have you ever like had like a cough or a cold that was so bad, like you felt like super congested?
Yeah.
Imagine, if you will, the feeling of when that's all gone, right? But imagine those two individual moments were seconds apart.
Jesus. That's horrible.
It's almost like someone just took all of the goo that was inside of your head and just made it disappear. You can breathe easier, friend. You no longer have a worm in your fucking brain.
yeah, until the next time you start dying.
Yeah.
Also, if that's gonna take you an hour, can I still just do an Arcana check to try
Yeah.
to just like glean if I if I understand
Absolutely.
it? Oh my gosh, the rolls! I'm using inspiration.
Looks like we all rolling bad tonight.
It's a little better.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh man. Well, at least Michael hasn't changed.
Hey, my rolls were good last time.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. So, familiar. You got it. It's late, so I'd say by this time, Varric, you're unconscious.
Yep.
Does anybody else go sleepy times?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Valentine's
sure.
sleeping easy, breathing nice and smooth. No worms in the brains.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's actually seen his familiar yet.
There's been like tracings of it.
Maybe
Some
I've-
people,
Yeah, there have been
caught up on it.
glances.
Yeah.
I think there's some people that are like mildly suspicious of Kierno at this point, but I don't think anything's been very like explicitly
Oh,
demonstrated.
I flat out saw
was
some
the only
stuff.
one.
Yeah,
I did actually
saw it.
see some stuff at one point.
Moro
too.
saw you whip out your worm. Yeah.
I had a note on it actually. I saw something. I'll have to look, but
You have a familiar. What do you do with it?
I'd like to, I guess like place it into the bag and
Okay.
see where it goes.
It disappears. Do you then link
And-
with it?
I think I'm always linked with it.
You have to see through its eyes to like witness what it's witnessing. You have to use an action. Familiars are
Oh, okay,
required.
then yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you see dark space. It feels like a very weird, windy tunnel that is kind of like it's like the graphical effects of Star Trek: The Motion Picture, like the wormholes. And then thud, you hit something dark, and then your eye kind of adjusts very quickly to see that you're in a very small room where you see a man walking over to you, confused, yell something to the effect of, "What the fuck is ha?" And then just start slamming his boot down on your worm until there's no longer a worm.
Ooh.
In response to it being spotted, can I temporarily dismiss it?
I would say, hold on, let me check something. This is actually a very interesting meta play, but we gotta check. We gotta check, gosh darn it. What's the range for the familiar to be actively like connect or commanded by you? Click the spell find familiar.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah. Details. There you go. Bum, bum, bum. Independently of you.
Sorry to get super rulesy though. Like I have to I kinda have to. It's a bit far. Find familiar details. Bam, 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 bam. 100 feet. All your familiar is within 100 feet. So you cannot communicate with it to telepathically command it. However, because before it left in a magical fashion to a space further away than it should have been, you connected with it. You're seeing the traces of it as it kind of dumbfoundedly hits the ground and is stomped to death by this guy who appears to be very well dressed for a man who doesn't seem to care about like grease stains and other stuff. So it very much looks like an individual who is wearing fine clothing, but is also like covered in slop stains. Just a messy looking dude. And he seems to have a symbol on his tattooed on his wrist that you're able to make out before your familiar is destroyed. It being a hand holding a coin and a dagger.
That's Mardigan's.
Yep. So confirm that. Okay, it doesn't appear like there's much else I can do with my familiar, especially now that it's gotten curb stomped. So he kind of like rockets back to reality and like shakes his head. And then he kind of whips over to, I'm assuming, Varric.
Oh, hold on. I do want to do something fun here a bit. Roll a D100.
Ooh, something crazy.
Oh no.
You explode.
They throw a grenade back.
Yeah.
Not the grenade.
It says rolling the dice, so
Yeah, I don't believe it though. I'll just roll it on my side. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Okay.
A
So,
50 cent.
You witness Valentin start coughing and like spewing up phlegm in the midst of his sleeping. He doesn't wake up. He sleeps through it like a champ. But you immediately realize that your familiar seems to have, after being destroyed utterly, re-manifested itself inside Valentin's brain cavity.
Oh man.
Time for a lobotomy.
well, you know, I
Try to
appreciate
get
your
out the
services,
deep point,
Valentine. You make a wonderful incubator.
Yeah, there was two ways that could have gone, but I'm gonna save it for the next time we do some out of
Ooh.
Valentin familiar summoning.
I got worms in me again, boys.
Worm singular.
I got a worm inside me, boy.
Well, Chad, you wouldn't be able to talk to me because I'm asleep unless you want to wake me up.
For sure.
So you can wake me up, but
I'll just make a note and stick it to the bag. And it says this bag leads directly to the Mardigans.
yep.
So it is entirely possible that they could just take everything we throw in there.
Exactly. Okay, well,
But we did have a good idea about maybe not taking all the gold and putting it in there, just taking some of it and taking the rest and putting it in our own bag.
but
Right?
they're definitely gonna tell on us, because then they'll never suspect that anyone else has the gold. They would just assume we ditched it or something and didn't find it, and now they're all free with all the gold, or no gold. Regardless, we're arrested.
Michael raises a very good point.
That's true.
Like they have no downside in that trade-off.
So when they were talking about, I guess, blowing out the bottom of that vault and just stealing whatever they could get, presumably that means that there is some sort of space underneath where the vault is located.
Yeah, so the bridge actually is about 120 feet high off the water. So the vault descending 30 feet down below the bridge, bridge being itself about 10 to 20 feet thick, is not a very massive investiture of space below the bridge. So there's still like 100 or so feet below the bottom of this tower that kind of descends.
Okay, so I mean, Kieranel's going to take his 4 hours of meditation or whatever.
Getting into the daylight, like rising of the sun, it's fall, so it's a little later. But yeah, we're getting into the point where it's like 5 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, Kieranel wants to get under that space and see what they're working with.
Okay. So if you are arrested, do you wake anybody up to go with you? Keeping in mind, Barrick has probably gotten maybe 5 hours of sleep at this point, maybe 4. Moro,
No,
probably
he's just
about
going to
the
go.
same as Barrick. Krungar has probably been sleeping like a baby. Valentin also not so much on the sleep because of rooftop jumping. And for all intents and purposes, Copper is unconscious. So Krungar would potentially be a boon to have, but your call if you want to go solo.
Yeah, he'll just go himself. He just wants to go have a look around.
Yeah, teamwork. Okay, so you go on that way. You can head over to the space. Where do you want to investigate in particular? And yeah, just show me like on the map. Just move your token. I think those exist, right? You can just drag and drop it off of the journal if not, and then just put it where you want to kind of look.
Oh, there we go. Cool. Yeah, it's somewhere right about, under here.
Okay.
He wants to get completely underneath. Presumably, if we were to blow out the bottom where all that shit would land.
Do you have spider climb?
No.
That would make this a lot easier. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is on your way there, what you'll notice is that everything's being set up. Looks like this fair is kind of being put out in its spaces, and it looks like the whole of the bridge town is being taken up, as well as the market space on the west side and also the camps on the east side. When you get to the space that you want to get to, there is no walk around. It is a straight motherfucking drop. So where you're standing would be very impossible to be. You would need to start here.
How far of a drop is it?
120 feet down to the water. So as you can see, this kind of space down here, it looks like it's right there, but that is all the way down at the bottom. This support strut here, it actually kind of goes inwards and then straight up. So it's like more, it's thicker at the bottom. And it starts this thickening at about 50 feet. So if you drop from here, you'd fall 60 feet and you would land on this effectively second landing.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, from your vantage point, you can't really see anything in particular, other than the tower does continue down below the bridge.
I mean, there's got to be some sort of access down there. Are there like sewer grates or anything?
Not that you can see. There was a sewer manhole cover back the way you started, but it does look like it's in a more populated area.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's got enough rope to get down there.
I would agree with that.
We probably have enough rope if you ask someone else to help you.
Yeah.
Rope I have.
Yeah, he'll probably wander on back to everybody else.
We'll just say that you gathered it before you went.
Okay. I mean, I guess if he can secure it, he'll go ahead and start trying to shimmy his way down there.
Okay, so you can descend to this portion here from where you're at. And when you get there, you can see that about 20 feet above where you're standing, there is the bottom of the tower. It's effectively just a straight rectangle that goes through the side of the bridge, and the bottom of it looks like it is no different, really, than the roof of the space. You're not sure if it's thicker or not. It's literally just a perfectly shaped, stone structure. The bottom of it looks like it's an entire single slab that is conjoined with the pillar internally.
Okay, so no holes, cracks, or anything like that he can see.
No access entries, nothing like that. Yeah.
How much background noise is there down here?
A lot of river noises, but not really much in the way of like anything up above.
Okay, but I mean, would it be enough to drown out the sound of a singular eldritch blast?
You can't hear up above, and it was starting to get a little bit louder. So yeah, I mean, your presumption is that you're far enough down that the wind and the water will kind of carry the sound.
Okay. Yeah, he just wants to hit the bottom of that with an eldritch blast.
And so you do?
He's just trying to gauge like how resistant or durable the stone is.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it, and it appears to be made out of granite, so it is very resistant. Your Eldritch Blast, unless you were... you have Agonizing Blast?
I do not believe so.
Then yeah, you're not able to actually do any damage to it whatsoever.
Huh, okay.
With
Okay,
your
well...
Eldritch Blast.
He is slightly discouraged, but you never know until you investigate. So he's gonna make his way back up and return to everybody else.
Okay, I'd say that takes about half an hour or so. So when you're getting back, as mentioned, the fair is starting to kind of get more kind of built upon, and the patrols are actually like gesturing for you to kind of move quickly. And it seems that they're going to be blocking off the roads for travel, because at the beginning of the fair, from what they're saying, there's going to be some sort of parade that marches through.
Are we still going to be able to get to the tower then, or is it going to be difficult?
That's something you'll need to figure out for yourself. But yeah, that's the information that Chad would be coming back to you with.
Yeah, there's a space underneath the tower. It's pretty substantial, but also it's a solid slab of stone that looks like it's going to be really difficult to get through.
And assuming you're talking about the bag situation.
Yeah. He's talking
So
about the
why
under
don't
tower.
So why don't we get a beehive, shake it up, and throw that in the bag?
Is Varric saying
And then
fuck
we
the
just-
job?
And then we just say fuck the job. No, literally.
Okay. Yeah, again, with the information that you've been given, it does sound like there's a lot of red flags here. And Varric, if you'd
I
like
don't
to,
see any way we don't get caught.
yeah, if you'd like to make it, if you'd like to make an insight check,
Yeah.
go ahead.
You said insight.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah,
we
I
did
mean,
sleep all night.
Not
you as
so
a
good.
player are very much coming to a conclusion that you're naturally coming to. I'm not going to argue with that. That's definitely not going to give you anything outside of that. There is definitely something I threw out there that is very relevant that I think is kind of being overlooked. Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, that's a very valid assessment. It's so valid. I was trying to, make it structure with that rule, but it didn't work.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, we've already proven that bag leads directly to a place that the Mardigans have secure and easy access to. That is like definitely like their place. I mean, we could probably do some really funny shit with that knowledge. So this isn't a bag of holding, correct?
It is a Crimson Knight bag.
Right. So, but it doesn't suffer from the same sort of like if I throw a bag of holding in there, it's not going to create
Yes.
a black hole.
It does.
Yes,
suffer
it
from
will.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, that sucks. I was going to just say, here, have the mildly toxic bag of
No,
holding.
you know.
Fuck it, do it anyway,
you
bro.
want-
Let's go.
You want to know what's super
Yeah.
fun? With the curse that's placed upon it, you don't know where that detonation is going to happen.
Oh,
But you
okay.
can find out.
So I'm assuming the curse has something to do with. So what? It's like a bag of holding that they cursed, and the curse basically just makes it so instead of being a pocket dimension, it actually has like an exit that leads to where they're at.
That's incorrect. You don't know the nature of the curse, but I will say that that's incorrect. It's still,
Okay.
it is still a Crimson Knight bag. It was identified as such.
I got you.
We could theoretically fuck around and find out anyway.
True.
I mean,
Drop
that is the
bad
general
bag.
way.
If you want to throw a bag of holding in there, which one are you going to use? The one that Moro has that doesn't have a Bagman Connect, or the one that does?
Probably the
What?
Bagman one. I believe that one has a
Yeah.
smaller capacity.
This is too
Yeah.
funny.
I'm gonna go ahead and head on out of town for a minute while you guys do this.
Yeah. You're gonna like.
This is not my plan. So
Yeah.
just said a
it
beehive.
sounds Crazy.
I think
Hey, let's
we
throw a
should
beehive in
wait.
there. Blah. It'll be a fun
We
gag.
should-
Prank him, bro.
We should.
Yeah, he's
wait
like, let's throw a
until-
beehive in there, and Kieranel's like, actually.
Yeah.
We
That's
should
what's
wait
up.
until the job is actually like supposed to be done. Drop the bag of holding in there and then see what happens.
Are there any markings on the bag like that would indicate it's any property of anyone in particular, or is just plain red Santa bag?
Oh, they did not put their name. They did
Yeah.
not show their name
I mean,
as
like-
the inner lining of the bag. Like,
There's
what?
nothing. There's nothing marking it whatsoever.
It is basically just
As
big
neat.
Santa bag. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
They label
never
it
know.
with their label makers.
Yeah. Nice.
I want to make a D&D character that has a label maker,
That's
an
mine.
artificer.
Yeah.
When they bring it out for the 2024 rules.
We did get a long rest, right?
Yeah, you
Yep.
sure did. Yeah, you just did.
We
What
need
can we do to like twist this all back on them though? That's what I'm trying to think of. Like any way we can.
We could put a no.
Well, a way that we also profit. You know, I do want to get the money if possible or something, but
Well, some people had mentioned things that they want to do in the morning. It is currently morning. It doesn't seem like the parade has started, but it does seem like they're starting to cordon off the town to prepare for it. What you'll note is that there are barricades that are being put up that are at street level and are in the main street. If you look at the streets, you'll see that the streets they kind of have like a sidewalk, and then they have their like the main thoroughfare. Imagine that kind of metal barriers have been put up, set up to partition the sidewalk from the main thoroughfare. So
Interesting.
you can still move through town, You just will be kind of pressing through crowds the whole time. As the crowds start to fill in to watch the parade.
Does anyone go into here like that isn't staff or no?
Are you paying attention to that? That's where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you head back over there and start watching and casing the joint, I would say since you did this after Kirnell returned, you would see a couple of people enter into the space. And somewhere around like the 8 o'clock hour, the sign that says that the place or whatever it's supposed to be is closed switches to open.
Mhm.
There's nothing outside of this building that seems to denote what business it is. But whatever it is, they're open now. But the two people you saw go in, one was dressed similar to the waiter you saw yesterday up on the bridge, and then another was dressed basically if Moro's outfit wasn't like run through the blender of being on Moro in Penford for like decades, that's what the outfit would look like.
Okay.
And is a halfling. So yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, fucking people are. If it's open now,
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
it's gonna go in.
it says welcome, open for business. The sign that they turned over.
Yeah, Valentine's gonna go in. He's gonna see what this is about.
Okay. You hear a very kind of like a reassuring or warming tone of bells as the door seems to strike a trigger that causes the bell to jangle. Entering into the space, you can see that there is a beautiful mahogany desk in kind of like a center focused area of the space. The walls are covered with shelves that are crisscross, kind of like wine racks almost. Or don't do this gesture. Kind of like wine racks almost.
Wine racks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And normally these kind of shelves are used for things that are more cylindrical in kind of stowage, like scrolls or wine bottles or the like. But from what you can tell, the items that have been placed onto it are crystals. Hexagonal, kind of mostly shaped crystals, and they all have a reddish hue to them. Underneath each kind of bundle, like set in each kind of diamond shape, there is a marker, almost like someone had a label maker and just went through and like labeled each. And it seems to denote some sort of like year, whether or not, or what that means, what these numbers mean. You're not sure if they are year markers or not. But if they are year markers, it definitely looks like they're all from before this year. Well, that's 47. The person behind the desk is the very same halfling I mentioned that entered in with the slightly better outfit than Moro. Probably less tacky colors too. And he gives you a tip of his riding cap that says, "Well, hello. I'm sorry. Can I help you? Do you have business today? The fair's going on. You probably just accidentally entered into the space. Not sure what you're walking into. It's all right."
Does he have any of the markings that those untouchables have?
He does not.
Okay.
So you murder?
No,
Okay.
not a murder hobo. Anyway,
Is that right?
so what shall we? I just came in to look at what kind of business you got here.
Oh, that's fine. We're mostly just a layover area. We transport materials from the western side to the city of Penford. What you're looking at here is a great reservoir stock of crystals that have been mined from a great dungeon to the west of us, a town called Cardin. Dungeon's called the Hell Maw. These here are beautifully made crystals. It seems that they grow quite nicely in that area. Family known as the Blaze Hatchets mines them out and sends them on this way. Not much worth to most folks who don't know the craft, but those who are in the know, they can be quite potent crystals utilized in the crafting of magical items.
Did you say the blaze hatchets?
Blaze hatchets. Have
Was
we ever
that
heard
one
of
of-
them before?
Yeah, I have. I'll raise
No.
my hand. Yeah, it was like a dwarf that Joe played or something, wasn't it? The
It's
Blaze
like
Hatchets.
the dwarves that Joe always plays. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
They're kind of a big deal.
In fact,
They are
the leader of the
the-
Blaze Hatchets in modernity is Joe played dwarf.
There you
It's
go.
Joe.
That's all you need to know.
Joseph.
So, were you wanting to reserve some space for some transported goods of your own? Perhaps coordinate a contract for shipping lanes, or are you here just gawking?
I'm just here just trying to look at stuff.
Okay, well, we don't have much in the
Well-
way of selling, so I don't mind your presence for the time being, but
Could I ask you some questions about these crystals?
I suppose I'm gonna have to warrant it due to my halfling generosity, but yes, please be quick about it. The fair's gonna get started, and I'd rather not have anybody here and about. Just not exactly something I'd be interested in having folks about asking questions.
Oh no, you don't have to worry about that. I'll be quick.
Okay.
So, these crystals, what do they do? What can you do with them?
So they're called chaos crystals, and I don't know all the specifics. I just know they don't come from this world, and they're very rare to be found in this place. And the Blaze Hatches have been able to stockhold quite a large surplus of them from the Hellmaw. They send off their excess to the east, to Penford, to be traded with the Council of the Duchess. What they do, again, I'm also not a crafter. I've never made a magical item, fetish, or bauble, so I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what they do. I just know that they are filled with pure wild magic, and that's what they are used for.
How much for one?
As they are not mine to sell to you, that is not the business that we engage in here. Like I said, what we do engage in is we can hold items for you, any kind of large bulk materials that you're wanting to move from space to space. If you're trying to ferry specific goods from here to the city, or from the city to here, and then onwards off to the west, that would definitely be what we would do. And he throws up a gesture which you recognize as Cant, and he says, we would definitely be able to do so without a hush or peep, which combined with the hand gesture means that this is a smuggling lane.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, sir.
And
I'm gonna head
yours.
on now.
If your business ever gets to a point where you're trying to move large quantities of material, don't forget about us. And he will kind of quickly display what appears to be a card, hand it over to you.
I'm gonna do with these camp resembling like something like I'm working on it, and then he's gonna head out.
And he'll kind of give you kind of like a, I knew. I had an eye for ne'er-do-wells and the like. All right. Head on about. Okay. While that's happening, Moro, Krungar, they're at Copper sleeping. He fell asleep, and he is never waking up ever again. His characters.
Never again.
His characters. Very asleep. Yeah.
He's sleepy.
Sleepy boy. I guess we're just getting ready to do the job, right?
I think there's at least one individual who says fuck the job, but again, that's definitely something we
Yeah.
need to kind of talk about more, I guess.
We should probably talk
If-
about it a little bit. Yeah.
If you can come up with something more, I'm all ears. But right now, I don't see it. I'm thinking.
No.
I rolled an insight, like when we first got the job. Is there a chance that I could roll another insight
No,
to see if I trust? Okay.
you trust. It's Thieves Guild. They use the cant and
I trust.
everything.
What about
That's
me?
true.
If I
Honor amongst thieves and all that.
Right.
what about me if I'm talking to Varric and Varric doesn't quite trust
Sure,
it?
go ahead and make an insight check. He's kind of explaining the details. You're kind of
All
thinking about it.
Insight is good for me, so we will see what happens, folks. But insight. Now that I said that,
Rolls a 4.
18.
So, take into account what they asked you to do. Thieves told you to specifically use their bag. Now, if you take and look at it as Chad did, in kind of an objectively thievian manner, your first thought process is, well, fuck their bag. We'll just put it in our bag.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So, why would a Thieves Guild give someone a job like that? Because they don't expect you to walk out of that vault.
Right. They expect
So
us to get
even if
caught.
you did put it in your bag, you're getting busted. They want there to be a flubbed gig happening here. Why the curse on the bag that they gave you? Because if you were stupid enough to actually use their bag, then they would get some benefit in addition to what they are asking you to do, which is to fuck up this job. You have no choice but to fuck up this job because this job is shit, especially with the amount of planning time you had available to. So,
I have an out there idea, guys.
Let's hear it.
It's pretty wacky, but tell me what you think. So disguise self. What is that? A level 1?
if you got it, yeah, probably.
Well, like
I-
Kiernell,
You
you
know,
have
can
that, right?
cast it at will.
It's
I
level
have it.
1, right?
Yeah, it's
That's a level
it's an
1,
invocation,
yeah.
so he can do it at will.
Well, so I'm asking if it's level 1 specifically
It
because
is a level 1
I-
spell, but yeah, he
Oh, okay.
casts it as an invocation. He doesn't prepare it, so you can't copy it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't. Oh,
It's
gotcha.
level 1. Yeah, I cast it as like a real spell. But
So
it's a
you can
level
copy
1.
from Mora.
So I can harmonize disguise
Yeah.
self. I can go up to some rando whoever, maybe, I don't know, an employee of the restaurant or something. I know we're kind of setting someone up for failure here, but we can maybe be choosy about who that is. Try to suggest that they take the Mardigan's bag and go, or not. Yeah, suggest they go in there and try to basically steal, maybe with one of our bags or whatever is not indicating us or implicating us, to go steal the gold or whatever it is. And then they get caught. Part of this is that I will tell them I am from the Mardigans. So when they come out of suggestion, they will tell the Mardigans had someone suggest me to do this.
Ah, interesting.
The job is flubbed, and we set them up for
Oh.
being.
Pause a second, though.
Caught.
If you got caught, what was the first thing that you were going to say?
What?
If you got caught, what would be the first thing that you would have said?
Well,
Mardigans.
that the Mardigans help me, but regardless, it's not. We're flubbing the job, anyways, and we're not going to be implicated with it.
I get it. So it is a lose like scenario, but you're not the one taking the fall. You're creating a fall guy. You're not creating a win situation. Okay, I see you.
Basically,
Passing the buck.
essentially, yep.
You're passing the buck. I would say, being a smart cookie, with the time available to you, you're probably not going to find a patsy this quick and early. Fucking Jerry Lewis just pops in from the fucking side. He's like, oh, I'll do it, yeah.
Well, if I just suggest it to someone, that they're forced to. For
Yeah,
like 8 hours.
suggestion though, it's if I remember correctly, it's a one-word command typically, isn't it?
Oh, no more than 25 words.
Suggestion.
It just can't hurt themselves or allies. But you could say, like, it's as an example, fetch the key to the cult's treasure vault.
Must be
And give the key to me.
achievable and not involve anything that would obviously deal damage to the target or its allies. Fetch the key to the cult's treasure vault and give the key to me. Okay, so yeah, go into the treasure and yeah, that's fine. That you could
If we do an
that.
employee, there's a chance they actually get away with it
Or
and bring the bag back to
True.
us. And then if I disguise self, they'll never be able to ID me.
it's an interesting plan.
That just might work. It sounds good.
Crazy plan, but just up
Yeah.
for anything else, guys.
All right, well, if we're doing it, we're doing it. Anybody have any other ideas? I believe there was a suggestion to shove your bag of holding into it to.
That's, if you want to do that, I'm gonna
I feel
head
like
on out.
that's a
But
good plan B.
Combine the two. Say, here, I want you to go and steal all the treasure there, and then shove this in there.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Kiernell also has a lot of mind fuckery spells at his disposal.
Yeah, but that honestly was the best use of suggestion I think I've heard in a while, so I'm genuinely happy with that.
Can you do that? Can you destroy
What's
Their
your mind
bag of
fuckery
holding.
plans there, Chad? Because you can suggestion as well, right? Or no?
No.
Not your fault.
Yeah, I'm just looking through my spells right now. I don't have anything that's that.
I mean, the one downside to this is that it's very likely to just be a fail. So, it could implicate the Mardigans, though. We could get some gold out of it. Who knows? It's very, very hit or miss.
Yeah, and for this one, I would feel compelled to roll the wisdom saving throw out in the open, just because I wouldn't want you to think that I'm, just going along for the ride or saying that. Because either way, if I'm like, oh yeah, it works, or if I'm like, oh yeah, it doesn't work, either way, you're gonna judge me unless I roll it out in the open. So.
Oh, I'm down for it, man.
Okay, do you want to give it a go?
Are we doing this? I need confirmation from the team.
I think we should do it.
I need confirmation.
I like your idea.
We're going
Good
for
idea.
it. We should do an employee then,
But-
right?
Can we just add the bag of holding explosion on top of that?
Jonah's
I
really
think
like
that would fall
Kiernell's
under
plan.
hurting yourself.
Yeah.
We couldn't have him do that because then, I think that'd fall into they would be
it
obviously harming themselves.
It would.
Well, we don't tell them specifically what it does. We just tell them, hey, just put this bag in this bag.
It
No,
must sound achievable and not involve anything that would obviously deal damage to the target. Obviously being the keyword.
so
You
what?
wouldn't
If you're
know.
caught, just murder everyone. We just murder the whole
Well,
restaurant.
Putting a bag inside of a bag does not obviously sound like a problem.
But what are we doing here? What if it blows up the building?
Unless the person you're talking to has some arcane knowledge.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think we
would
should
work.
do the bag in a bag thing, 'cause that's kind of
I
crazy.
think that's coward talk.
I think it's hilarious, but we're just
No.
gonna murder everyone if it fails.
Let's lock
And if
in.
it fails, everyone dies.
Let's lock in. We're going with the initial plan. So you're going to harmonize with Moro to gather disguise self.
Sounds
Right.
good.
Correct.
That has happened. Then you're going to go to the restaurant after casting disguise self on yourself.
Yes.
Of course, that's how disguise self works.
I just threw it up there, so you should be able
Yep.
to see it.
And you will make yourself look like Moro.
Yeah, nice thing. I'm gonna make myself look like Varric, but Varric the Bard, not
You're just going to make
Varric-
yourself look like an indescript individual like the Mardigans, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Literally that.
Then you're going to go in, and then you're going to cast suggestion on the waiter.
Yes.
Well,
Ideally, they shouldn't have arcana knowledge because they're a lowly waiter.
the waiter, the one that we. Okay, so I'm gonna roll a
the
d20.
one we don't like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
The
Yep.
waiter.
Yep. No, I already thought of that too. Actually,
Right.
that'd be a good one.
I rolled a 20.
Yes.
A d20. I rolled a 2. Even with his +2, that will fail. Because waiters have to be perceptive, so that's why he's good at his job. So he fails. I need you to tell me the exact wording of the suggestion as you hand him the Crimson Knight bag. And I'm going to give you some time to plan this out with the group as a whole. And then you're going to type it out to me and post it in Discord. And then once I see it in Discord as typed, that is when I am going to say this spell has been cast with this language.
Okay.
But before that time, if you start ripping and saying shit, I'm not hearing it. You so lock in the saying exactly, and you can basically hive mind this bitch. That's totally chill.
Yep. Assuming we would have.
Yeah, you would
Workshop
have.
this
Yeah, you would have.
beforehand.
Yeah, you would have kind of like powered through like the ideas and figured it out for
Can
sure.
we?
Nope.
Yeah, can we use like AI? Why don't you type that
Yeah,
in
go
there
ahead
and
and type
use
that in
AI to
Chat
come?
GPT. Say to Chat
Chat
GPT.
Don't have
Chat
access to that.
GPT, come on.
Go
Say
That'll
to
get us
the
killed.
vault.
and it's just like put the fucking bag of holding in the
Which-
goddamn bag of holding.
Which
you know you want to.
which bag of holding are we using?
And that's
We have
The
a bag
bag,
one,
bag.
the
right?
Crimson Knight bag.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, I think we're trying to see if we can get our own bag. We might lose the bag of holding if we do this, though.
It's
Okay.
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 No,
So
so we're gonna.
This particular bag of
Okay.
holding is okay to lose.
Again,
Okay.
remember, the suggestion has to be kind of like a goal in mind. It can't have
Yes.
like caveats. So
Yeah.
if it's go into the vault of this tower and put all of the coins you can, or all of the treasure you can find into this bag, that's fine. But you can't do, and if you're caught, it won't
Yeah.
be, and it also won't be put as much treasure as you can into these bags. That's fine. But then the priority is going to fall to the individual. Like they're going to fill the bags based on their thinking, which will be waiters' thinking.
Make sure you give them a 15 or 20% tip
So I think.
because they're working hard. you
So I
know?
think. I mean, it comes down to.
Which will be waiters' thinking. Sorry, keep talking. But
Take-
Chad,
take
I need
this
you to roll me a
bag.
D100 real quick
And
because I just thought of something very funny that
Ooh.
build.
I'm gonna
Go
give
to
a 20% chance of happening. So that
Okay.
will be happening. Okay.
Oh my
This is
God.
happening.
The thing that I just thought of in my head that could potentially happen is going to happen. Yeah. Depending on the wording. The wording needs to be precise. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to fuck with the wording now. I just want to let it roll.
So just to clarify, we are not, or are we going with the bag of holding and the bag of holding?
No,
idea.
that will be very complicated to say unless it's go into the vault of this place and put this bag into that bag as a suggestion. Because keep in mind, it's 25 words. And it needs to be kind of a suggestion that sounds like it would be functional in that 25 words. So that's the other reason why I'm having you type it, so that I can count the words very easily without
Right.
having you to
Let
ask
me-
any words.
I'm gonna. Well, shit. I can't exactly type something out.
You can type in that. You can type in the Roll20 chat. That's fine.
Okay.
The second it appears in the Discord chat, that's when I give a fuck. And it has to be typed by Michael, because Michael is the one who will be saying it.
Excuse me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Go ahead and not
This is
blow
my goal.
yourself up. Unleash the power of 1,000 suns.
So
Ah.
should we be asking them to fill our bag of holding? I mean,
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
mean that would be
suggesting. Yeah.
good.
and
Worst case scenario, we lose that bag of holding.
Possible.
and then
I have 24
take this
word
bag,
one.
go into the vault, fill it with as much gold as you can, and return it to us.
I put go to the vault and fill this bag with as much treasure as you can, then drop it outside, then go back to work.
Ah,
I don't want them bringing it to me because then if they get caught, they just come straight to me.
Right.
that's
You're
fair.
asking
And
them
then
to fill which bag?
Oh, I'm gonna be handing them the bad bag of holding.
The bad bag. Okay.
Ah, the bad bag. Okay, I mean that's fine. Having gold would be great, but just not being
So
involved in this
they
is better.
the waiter is only getting 1 bag of holding. They're not getting 2 bags of holding.
I don't see a way to word that. I was thinking about that actually, to have them take both bags just to have the other one on them, but there's no way to word that in 25 words. This is already 24 what I just said.
Okay, still just waiting for you to finalize it.
Out back.
I'm not gonna tell you, Foxen.
So
Why
this thing
would
with
I
my
tell you that?
familiar possessing people, does that allow me to, like, I guess?
You don't get to possess people. It's an accident of Valentin. It's not a
Okay.
possession thing. All it lets you do is use the ride along option for familiar. You don't get to control him.
Okay.
So you can see through Jonah's character's eyes.
Right. I was just thinking maybe we could actually just beat a waiter to the point of death.
Now, if you would like to give people worms, that's fine, but they don't follow you. They are not commanded by you. You can definitely spread the flesh thief. I am totally chill with that. But they're not going to then be like, man, you know what an extra like planar cosmic entity really wants to do? It's rob a bank.
Right, I understand. I do want to be spreading the flesh thief.
Oh, absolutely. Give it to everybody. We've already got 1 out of the other 5 members of your party. I'm down.
So anyone got any other caveats though, or any other ways to put this? Just go to the vault, fill this bag with treasure, drop it outside, go back to work. That's what I got so far. 24 words.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a pretty good idea. The only part of it that I'm like iffy about is that if they fuck up, we lose access to that bag, which is that's a gag and a half waiting to happen.
Oh, I mean, do we want to give them the regular bag?
No, because then if they fuck up and lose it, we're out an actually good bag of holding.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I've been looking for a good opportunity to get rid of the bad bag for a while, and I think this might be. I mean, I think throwing it through the red bag and just giving the Mardigans a couple middle fingers and maybe a problem. But I think right now giving them the bad bag, seeing if they can pull it off, and then just seeing
also
where things
cut out the part where you have them throw the bag out the window, since you know that doesn't matter.
What do you mean throwing the bag out the window doesn't matter?
Part of Michael's statement was, and then throw this bag out the window. Like there was like a
just outside.
A finale. That doesn't need to be there, right? If it's just the Crimson Knight bag, all they need to do is go in there and fill it with coin. Once they're done, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it'll be there.
They'll be left holding the bag. You don't need to tell them to return the Crimson Knight bag to you.
Right.
But we're actually not expecting the Mardigans to honor this deal in any way because they're not expecting us to succeed.
Right.
So our goal right now is to get our hands on the treasure. Say fuck the Mardigans.
Okay.
So we're not giving the waiter the red bag. We're giving the waiter the bad bag.
But actually, there's a good. You know what though? If we give them their bag and all the money's transported there, and he's caught, they will figure out where that goes.
Yep, that's a good point.
Maybe we just give him the bag.
I think. I think you.
Then we keep both our bags.
Put a lot of faith on law enforcement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This was a restaurant ran by criminals.
Luigi was the person they're chasing after, my guy.
Literally everyone here are like the high-ranking untouchables and everything.
Yeah,
and all
maybe it's their money. Maybe the
Mardigans
will get fucked. That's true. Good point. Yeah.
Like I think that it's gonna literally be the CEO case. It's gonna be. It's rich people. They're gonna get it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Leave that up to everyone else, guys. It's not my show.
No, I like that.
What do we think?
I'm I still like the black hole idea, but I think that's okay too.
So is your bag going with this individual, yay or nay?
Yeah, that's
I think we should give him the red Santa bag, follow through with the plan, and then hopefully it's the money of the higher ups, the untouchables,
Right.
the uncrustables.
I think
if
it's
you
very unlikely we get the bag back anyways.
will.
To
Yeah.
be quite honest.
But to
So-
also, to again, put a bit of a stinger in your beat, keep in mind, you are also effectuating them with magic. So it could be the case that they could try and track you down.
Nah, I
And
disguise
maybe
myself.
they catch you out of McDonald's.
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna immediately drop the disguise after he goes in, anyways.
Alright.
He's gonna be Varric the Bard. Or
And I'm
which
just,
Varric
yeah,
are you
now
gonna
I'm
be?
Varric the Bard, and I'm like, whoa, don't you work for us? Aren't you Lance? No, I'm Varric.
I'm Barrick, the
That's
guy
right.
on the lamb. I'm Barrick.
I mean, not on the lamb.
New identity just discovered.
Okay, 1,
Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, get the fuck out of town. Your call. I just need the words. Just gotta type them in my thingy.
Okay, are we sending their bag or our bag?
There
I
we
know
go.
I got one vote for their bag.
I vote for their bag. Yeah.
I mean, we're basically just okay. All right, you guys are in charge of this operation. Kurnell is happy to, if that's what you guys want to do, he's happy to let it happen. But if we're going to hold on to that bad bag, Kurnell would like to keep an eye on it.
All right. Sounds fair.
Oh yeah.
You're the one that should have that bad bag, anyways.
Okay.
I just think it's gonna be either way a failed operation. This way they might get caught, and we get a little bit of
Right.
a fun little vengeance on them for trying to screw us. This bag with as much treasure as you can, then drop it. I've changed it to at bridge, then go back to work. That way it's a little more specific. You can't just drop it into the lake or something.
Yeah.
And it's still 25 words exactly. Okay, I'm
Posted.
hitting enter.
Somebody go get her. They're gonna get you.
Okay. So you cast a spell and then leave. Okay. You head past the maitre d' or the maitre domo or whichever, and the bar. You head back down the scene. You see that as you're leaving, the other individual who's holding the bag enters into the kitchens, vanishes from sight. Where do you go after that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving outside towards, I don't know where my marker is or anything, but I'm gonna moving just outside towards where everyone else is kind of going, in the crowds and everything. As I come out of the building, like around this area,
Mm-hmm.
it's not pinging on here, but I'm going to basically leave out the building, and while I'm still around the corner, I'm gonna drop the disguise self, and then just mingle back in with the crowds on the
Okay.
sidewalk and
And
head
it's-
back to the west.
I'd say it's at about this point that the crowds are starting to get very kind of massive. And you can see / hear the sounds of, on the western side of the bridge, very kind of like a lot more cheering, a lot more kind of yelling, as if something is happening over that way. Okay. Kieranel, as you kind of are sitting there discussing with everybody, you kind of like have that discussion. Then Varric goes up into the tower. What do you do after that point? Do you kind of just check, because again, you've got the bag, you had it out on the table next to the red bag as you were talking about whether it's going to go with them or not, and then you kind of put it back onto your person.
So I mean, we're all out and about and mingling now.
Well, so yeah, this would be like after the planning stage, Varric leaves to go do the job. So you kind of like are in wherever you were doing the planning session, and like you had everything kind of out on the table or whatever as you're discussing, whether or not the bad bag was going, etc. and you kind of gather yourself up and then prepare to kind of engage the day as you were going to in the first place. So, is there anything that you want to kind of do?
He just smiles at everybody and says, I'll see you out there. I'm gonna go do a bit of light shopping.
Okay.
And he kind of heads out to where all the festivities are going to be. He kind of wants to be in this general area, basically where he can keep wherever the job is going down in his line of sight while he acts like he's perusing and
Sure.
engaging in shenanigans and celebrations.
Yeah, so it definitely seems like the shops are still open, but they're kind of partitioned in the middle. Like there looks like there's some spaces that are kind of out in the midst of the kind of walking path, but those have been actually kind of pulled back. I just don't have the power to do it as it stands. But
I will say that before he goes out, he would like to cast Disguise Self on himself.
certainly.
Basically, assume the appearance of like a very sharply dressed, like very handsome, red-headed gentleman. Human.
Sure. Are you looking for anything in particular at the markets? It seems like a lot of people are. The vendors have opened up, and some vendors are selling iron shackles that can either be worn around the wrist or worn around the neck.
Yeah, I'll buy one of those,
Okay.
and then one for the wrist.
Costs you a gold. And as you're kind of purchasing, you kind of do like a typical check. Kierno just making sure everything he has is on his person. That bag of holding is really light.
Where'd you put it at?
I didn't put it in anything.
Nothing has been put in that bag of holding.
Right.
For fear of a bag man stealing it.
So, I mean, what would it be detect magic or an arcana check?
Well, you pull it free from your disguise. Presumably it wasn't a part of your disguise. So as it kind of comes free, it manifests. And you take a gander at it. When you open it, it is just a regular bag. And it looks like there are scratch marks on the drawstring.
Okay, when did that happen?
Ooh.
Fuck. Did it fucking climb out of the bag?
Nobody saw it.
Whoa.
You had it on the table next to the big Santa Claus bag.
So was it before or after that?
You aren't sure, but you remember this morning it was its normal weight. This is the first.
Yeah, when it was like on the table next to the red bag, it was still the way it was.
Before then, for sure. Yeah, when you were climbing and shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, but when it was out on the table next to the red bag,
it's a high possibility that could be the case.
I wonder. That's kind of funny because it sounds like it transferred to the red bag.
I asked for a percentage. You gave.
Yeah. He's like, oh, and he looks at it and he kind of realizes what this means. He just says, anyways, and just like tosses it aside.
Just tosses the bag away.
Like,
is it
whatever.
still a bag of holding?
I don't need this anymore.
No, it's not even a bag of holding?
It is a regular ass bag.
Oh man, that's so lame. Your swag bag got turned into a regular ass bag.
Like if anybody's looking at him while he does it, while he tosses it to the side, he just shrugs and he says, "Guess the cat's out of the bag."
Wah, wah. So, okay, Krungar, Valentin, Moro. What are you three doing as Varric is basically engaging with the gig?
All right, do you want me to go first, or
yeah?
I'll go first. All right, since I had to do a disguise self spell so that Varric could do one.
You just have to have it prepared.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to cast one anyways. I want to be a human, and I want to go eat at that restaurant just to kind of see what's going on.
So you'll be watching Varric as Varric is engaging with the gig.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be watching like what's going on. I want to see if this person makes it out and drops the bag, or if they, get caught, or what.
So you'll basically get a table, and you would have had to pay 10 for the deposit, and you would watch as the waiter is handed the bag by the individual who is Varric, but doesn't look like Varric, is totally different. Looks like a random Mardigan bandit guy, highwayman type. And then leaves. Then you would watch him go into the kitchens with the big red bag.
Me going to the kitchens?
You would watch him, the waiter,
Him going to kitchens.
go
Okay.
into the kitchens with the big red
Yes.
bag.
Yes, that's correct. I'm not going to go. I'm just going to be
So,
sitting at my seat, though.
Varric leaves and heads down the steps, and you are being served your meal. But then you'll notice that there's a bit of an annoyance in the waitstaff, as they seem to have to cover the tables that were just left
Oh,
omitted due
oh,
to
jeez.
that part. The table that you're granted, though, is quite good. It's this table here. So you can actually see the festivities from a high point.
Sweet.
Um, Varric, you shift as you kind of step down. We'll go with Krungar and Valentin. You two doing anything in particular?
No. I probably grab a bottle of mead, throw my hood up over my face, and find someplace to plop down and look like I'm just enjoying festivities while I can keep an eye on Moro and the job.
Watching the crowd. Okay. And Valentin?
Honestly, there's not much I can do here, so I'm just gonna like rob the people without tattoos.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
You could fall off the bridge
True.
again
Good.
if you're looking for something to do.
32.
Okay, so
Ooh,
throughout the
good
course,
roll.
you're able to pilfer somewhere around 27 gold pieces.
Nice.
And that'll be for like that first half in the morning. So,
Right.
the parade or fair aspect, the parade that kind of comes through, happens around 9-ish. So I'd say, Moro, you've been served your meal. The cheapest meal that you could have purchased here was about 50 gold for breakfast.
Holy
So you're
shit.
down 50 gold.
Yeah.
The deposit goes towards your payment here. And then what did you want to drink
Alright.
with it?
Something cheap.
Mm.
Because-
Cheapest
Because-
beverage is 15 gold.
all right, I'll do that.
Jesus.
All right.
Oh,
That's
boy.
so fucking exorbitant.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, due to the fact that the waiter is doing double duty, they don't have the time to basically belittle you for being
Cheap. Right,
peasant.
right.
So
Are you gonna leave them a tip?
you feel fine
Yeah.
about it. Gratuity is not required, but it is welcome.
Uh,
The parade that happens, a large number of horses come in from the west, and everybody's cheering and yelling. They're all hailing large, or like they have very large banners, kind of on their armor or attached to their horse saddles. The banners mark them as riders of Aeonis. The riders of Aeonis, kind of a historical faction. So if you have history trained, you would know that they are the cavalry that help protect the city of Penford. And this march is kind of a march of them kind of from the west across the bridge. You would also note that amidst them, kind of walking alongside, are halfling maidens with flower crowns that are throwing flowers up into the air. On closer inspection, you would notice that the flower crowns seem to have 3 wires of iron interlaced in them that kind of seat on their heads neatly. And they're throwing like flower petals and like full like small flower buds out into the crowds as they're walking past. As you're sitting there, Krungar, with your bottle of mead, a couple of flowers kind of, hit the ground in front of you. And you can see that one of the buds that hits near you kind of thuds against the ground with a bit more thickness than it ought to have. Then they continue on. These riders are Jonas with their halfling entourage. And you would see them from up in your high point on the bridge. Kiernel, upon purchasing your shackle and the like, do you try and get back in contact with Barrick?
Well, I mean, I didn't see the disguise he assumed.
He left it.
Um,
So you would know that he would have left it if you're searching for him specifically. I'm just asking, are you trying to regroup with Barrick or not?
no.
And then Valentin, similar question: are you trying to regroup with Varric or no?
Yeah, I'll join him.
Okay. So yeah, you find Varric easily enough. So you're all kind of on this northern side, in the markets, after the act has been committed, and you wait. The parade goes off kind of without a hitch. The horses kind of pass through, and then there's a single wagon that kind of follows behind. It is just a very strange kind of out of place wagon. It looks like it's from far to the east, like the Osirian kind of coast. And a very strange man dressed in wizard garb is laughing and kind of joyously, like, gesturing, not really throwing out anything, but like casting prestidigitation or whatever, and throwing sparkles up in the air. Okay. An hour goes by. The bag doesn't appear. It doesn't drop. Moro, you are asked to please leave. To pay your bill and get out of here.
Fucking rude.
Do you pay your bill?
Yeah, I pay my bill. What the heck?
Good lad.
It's fake money, so it doesn't bother me.
Wait, what?
In real life, that would
No.
be crazy expensive.
Got you.
50 gold? What?
The hour passes. Moro, you make your way down. You regroup with Varric and Valentin. You'll note that Kiernail's kind of on the other side of the parade.
They don't know I'm in disguise.
Yeah.
They might not recognize me.
So then, Kiernail, you would note that they are on the other side of the parade area. And once the parade is concluded, they start to bring down the barricades, and everyone starts to kind of filter off into their own shops or restaurants or spaces. So you do not know whether the operation has been successful or not. No bag has been thrown from the vault to the bridge. That has not happened. I would like for the three of you that are on the bridge, so Moro, Valentin, and Varric, to go ahead and make a perception check.
Let's do it. Perception.
1.
I clicked it, but I don't know. Nothing seemed to happen. It's taking its time. Well, I might click it again because it didn't seem
Get
to
a
work.
better one than us, because it's not looking good.
There it goes. It's not so good. It's not so good.
Yeah,
Oh,
you guys
man, we
are
suck.
very invested in the parade. It's over, and there's kind of just like this,
Yeah.
this awkward look around, but not really looking at anything. Kind of like, okay, well, we did it.
Oh yeah, Joe. Joe was kind of
Also rolled really bad.
Oh my gosh, it's
Okay.
better than
This
us.
flower is cool though.
Okay, do you pick it? Do you pick it up?
I do. I look at it.
Yeah, when you open it up, inside there's a small iron band that looks like it could be worn on the ring finger or the pinky finger of your character.
You just got married.
Yeah, I think one of those girls was hitting on you.
You've been served.
It's cursed.
It's cursed too.
You don't have to wear it, but you have one now, an iron ring.
All right. Just like a shackling thing, right?
It could be involved with that. Shackling's typically around the neck or around the wrists, depending on the telling. But yeah, this is a ring, so very strange.
You know what? It's probably for a human's wrist or halfling's wrist, but it fits like Krungar's finger because he's so big. He has like sausage finger.
He's literally the Hulk.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, you continue waiting for something to happen.
I don't think we need to wait more than a couple of hours because if it hasn't happened by then, and something happens,
Well, something will happen in the second hour if you're going to wait for a couple of hours. So I need to know.
I was gonna say I would be down for hanging out for a couple hours or so across the bridge.
So you'll notice,
yeah,
towards the end of that second of the couple, all of the market vendors are closing off and are starting to move their stuff off of the bridge.
So is the bridge gonna open?
Oh, what? Yeah, what time? Around what time is it?
Noon.
Okay, yeah.
So you all move off of the bridge, and a lot of people start coming around to this space and looking through at the area, but a lot more folks are kind of coming to the edges of the bridge. You're starting to notice that the focus seems to be kind of these areas that are close to the edge of the bridge, or the shops that are close to the edge of the bridge, so they can see off the bridge in one way or the other.
What? There's going to be another parade going down through or underneath the bridge.
The water,
Maybe with
yeah,
ships?
a ship.
Yeah.
That is correct.
You've been shipped.
And if you wait, you'll see or not see depending on where you're located. Because if you're standing near the place where the bridge goes up, it goes
Ta-da!
up. The bridge goes up. So you'll basically be looking at bridge.
Right.
But if you go to one of the areas that are nearby, there's very little space, but a steam trawler will pass from the north through the space, and once it makes its way through, it ignites a bunch of fireworks up into the air. And a lot of whistlers and the like. Everybody in the crowd very excited by this. I am not a normal human being, so I never got this kind of fanfare. I never understood why it was done.
Thank you.
But I presume
It's because-
narratively this is an enjoyable segment of the story for everyone.
Ooh,
It's because
yeah.
explosions and lights.
Yeah.
I got way out of that when I grew up. To be honest, like
I never understood.
It's explosions and pretty lights. That's it.
We would go to like 4th of July things, and I'd just be like, okay. Can we go home and watch Predator?
Okay, well, I can't fault you there.
I watched Alien when I was 7, man. Like, it's gonna take a lot more than flashy lights in the sky to make me go up. The drones, they're like, oh, wow, yeah, we can fly drones with lights on them. I'm like, I
want to watch Predator.
I grew up with Newgrounds. What the fuck is wrong with you? There's nothing you're gonna do that I can't already. Okay. Anyways, off topic. Sorry.
Can
Me being a
can
millennial Zoomer kid, I don't know. But the boat is a magnificent steam trawler. So basically, it's like a steamboat, but it also has like kind of a more elegant kind of front to it than just kind of square bottom steam boats would have.
Can
Anyway.
Valentine attempt to rob people while the fireworks are distracting them?
They're very tightly packed here, so you're not going to get access to a lot of people. So I'm assuming that this is kind of the end cap of your robbing spree as it stands, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
At least you
The
got
bridge will lower, and from what you can tell on this side, there are a couple of patrolmen who have made their way into that alleyway that Valentin spent a lot of time like falling through.
Yeah.
And everyone starts to set up their market space, and you can see that 4 more patrol officers are coming from the western side. It looks like they're heading exactly where the other 2 went to.
Okay, the authorities have been called. Maybe is there anything that looks like there'd be a reason why they would be doing that, or do you think it could be they're going to the restaurant because somebody called them? Or
They're going to this alleyway. If you want to follow them, you
close.
may try to do so stealthily. If you want to leave it, you can also just leave it.
What do you guys think? Should we leave it or?
I think
follow
we should leave it. Don't
Alright.
implicate
You can send
ourselves.
somebody who can disguise themselves as a patrol person.
It's
You
true.
want to send more than one, though, because as you may understand, they seem to move in pairs.
Right. I don't know. Do we want to just try to watch from afar? Maybe. We won't know what's going on inside the buildings, but
we
Or do you
could
think
We could. Me and I still have the disguise self. We could both disguise self and
Yeah, we could
go
do
together
it again.
if you want to risk it.
I don't know. It sounds kind of. It does sound risky. I don't know.
Could be fun.
Let's do it,
Yeah.
but let's not get too close. How about
While
that?
you guys are gathered around, this completely unknown redheaded stranger walks up behind you, and he's like, "So what are we gonna do?"
He sounds like Kernell.
Kernell, is that you?
I'm sorry, stranger. I
Oh,
wanted to buy
no.
mission.
Please call me Renaud.
Renaud. All right.
Oh, that's definitely Kierno.
Yeah.
We love
All
our
right.
names.
What we will do then is Varric and Moro will do disguise self. I'm going to be a human again. And what are you going to be? Maybe a
What are the guards typically?
Halflings, humans,
Okay,
orcs,
I'll be a human.
Goliaths.
I don't want to be
Dragonborn.
a halfling again because again I'm like shifting multiple times. I'll be a human as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll make it better.
What if you become Varric the Bard?
Whoa, you know what? I could be Varric the gentleman or whatever it was.
Yeah, the other
noble,
one that
that's
you
what it
had.
was.
The noble. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
No.
So we're just going to try to
Human.
see
Human
what's
guard.
going on.
Okay. You follow up behind, and you can see that the grouping of guards kind of look at you and say, "Oh, two of them go, oh, were you the ones that were called instead of? Okay, well, we'll go back." And then they start to leave, and the other two go, "Oh, okay, so you're going to be the western side guys that are coming in to check this out." Okay. Well, they're taking the lead. The guys that are already in there, we're just here to offer our support.
Right. Are we supposed to go in to check it out too? Or
Oh, we're just waiting for them to tell us when to go in. That's what we're doing out here.
All right. All right.
You probably had a busy morning like us, and the other guy goes, "Yeah, way busy, so busy."
Yeah.
Oh, it's been crazy.
I hate the
A lot
fair.
of stuff going on.
I'm really not looking forward towards the shackling. Like, if there was any way I could get out of town. That's pretty good pay, though. We get double time, so it's fine. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, the fireworks were nice too. I mean, what type of psychopath doesn't like fireworks,
They both
right?
kind of look at you like this.
Am I right?
Same kind of shit every year, though, right?
Yeah, I know. Just
And they
it's
reveal that
okay.
they're psychopaths. Guy comes out and he says, yeah, and kind of gestures towards you too.
All right.
And kind of you move inside. When you enter into the space, you see the room that was seen already by Valentin, the Chaos Shard area. And I guess happy music can go away for now. And we'll
Happy
switch
music.
to slightly less happy music. When you enter into the space, they lead you around the back area and in through a door to what appears to be a staircase, like an enclosed staircase. It looks like it goes down and it goes up, and it appears that this would be kind of set inside what you would know as the tower. They descend, and they come to a point where there is a locked door made out of iron. No markings on it whatsoever. But the door doesn't appear to be the issue itself. It doesn't look like it's been opened. But it looks like it's been scratched to hell.
Didn't know how to get into the vault.
Next to it is a big red bag left wide open with tears all throughout it.
Oh no, this is worse
And
than I
next
thought.
to it is the body of the waiter you guys didn't like. And you can
Oops.
see a lot more of his insides than you should be able to.
Oh no.
A lot of him's also painted all over the walls of this entry space into the vault.
Well, that takes care of that.
You know, I think that monster. I'm just thinking this in my mind, not saying this, but I'm wondering if that monster then went into the Mardigan hideout to start like.
Well, I don't think
Chopping
Kiernail
them
ever
up.
related to anybody the dangers of the Bagman.
Oh no, you didn't.
The secret.
It was a secret. Now, now the monster's out of the bag, not the cat, but the bag man's out of the bag.
Yeah, so like in character, you guys have like no
Oh.
context. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Told you we
Nice.
shouldn't have gone.
Should we? I'm gonna whisper to Varric. I'm gonna say, should we take the bag? Like, close it and take it? Like, are we supposed to do that?
So
I'm not taking the bag.
we brought you two down here. Just document everything you can. This is a very peculiar situation. The staff upstairs says that a member of a local gang, presumably a member of a local gang, entered into the restaurant and handed this individual this big red bag. And then the waiter, the victim here, descended down to the space.
Okay, well,
So I mean, they're leaving you two there to sort of document and do all the paperwork on the crime scene.
We're going to go upstairs with the other patrol and ask some questions, take some notes there, see if we can't find out anything there. Notate everything.
absolutely.
Just a minute. Could we have some of the pamphlet and a writing utensil? We accidentally left ours when we hurried out of the station.
Standard issue, you're supposed to have it around you all the time, so you can borrow mine. Hands you it.
Thank you. All right, now we got something. All right, so after they leave, then I say, Varric, how badly do we want to implement? That's not the word I'm looking for.
Implicate.
Implicate. That's the word I'm looking for. How badly do we want to implicate Mardigans? I mean, we could really go into
I am
that.
going to ask you one question.
One question.
And you have to answer me honestly, Kevin.
All right.
You are compelled to do so. I have cast Zone of Truth on you,
all right,
the
I can
player.
do that. I've been compelled.
Does Morrow have on his person his bag of holding?
Oh yes, he would definitely have his bag of holding.
Roll perception.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! That monster's gonna jump in there. Oh no!
Roll perception.
This is very creep show shit. All right, I'm gonna roll perception. Oh, I gotta get my. Where's my character sheet? Where did it go?
Uh-oh, this is actually a horror campaign the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it's a horror campaign. All right, I think I'm gonna have to reopen the sheet, which is not that big of a deal. But give me one
Same's true of Varric. Roll perception. You both would.
perception check. Oh boy,
This-
this is critical, guys. This is
This
critical.
game was supposed to be
We're supposed
thievery
to be
and fun with
fun.
friends.
Yeah, it was supposed
What
to
is
be fun.
happening?
Oh fuck! 7 again.
Gosh.
Okay.
This is turning into Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, it has. Next, I'm gonna get mauled by this.
I will say, Chad, I want to thank you for the funniest D100 roll. That could
It
have
derailed this whole fucking episode.
It did.
No,
it
it,
totally
it,
derailed.
yeah, it definitely put it on different tracks, but I think I like the tracks we're on. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
So neither of you notice.
Oh fuck!
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
I think in my mind, I'm still thinking that. Well, that doesn't make any sense though. I don't know. I was thinking like since all that I know, I would think maybe the monster, but I don't even know there's a monster, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair. Do you have any
well-
questions about the space? Again, you rolled really shitty perception checks, but if you want to ask
Yeah.
like more specific questions about the space you're in, keeping in mind it's like a staircase, like you're in a flight of stairs. If you've ever been in a stairwell, that's what we're talking about. At the end of which the terminus of the stairs leads up to kind of like a bit of a hallway, kind of ejection from the well, and then there's a big metal door. In front of the big metal door is a torn up red bag, a torn up waiter that nobody liked, and so it's okay. And blood all over the place.
Wait, so is there like are we in like access to that vault then at this point, or are we still outside of
No.
that with no way of getting inside? Like we can't open the door and go inside or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys haven't even tried.
Somebody could. Is there any way that you have to jump through a door, a solid door? I don't have that spell or any ability like that.
No,
Valentine does.
not to get through a door. Because that's what we're looking at, right? We're going down the stairs. Everything's happening on the outside of the vault, essentially.
Did any
It's a locked
blood?
vault.
Is it obvious if any blood leaked from outside the vault into the vault? Because if it had, maybe we could say we need to see that because it's part of the evidence.
Make an investigation check.
Let's do this, guys. Let's bullshit this away. All right, I do have decent investigation. 11. Woohoo!
Oh my god.
Guys are rolling
suck.
hot tonight.
We are. Good thing we're not fighting anything.
Do you want to help,
At the moment.
Eric?
At the moment.
Can I first just try to see if the vault was already unlocked by the waiter?
Sure. Great. Yeah, it is not.
Okay.
Do you wish to try and unlock it?
I doubt that's gonna happen.
Not with that attitude, it
I
won't.
don't-
So
I
yeah.
don't have any kind of. I don't even have like a lockpick kit or anything like that.
Totally
Like, I don't
cool.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have
It
no way
looks,
of doing
it looks like the
I would
vault
think.
has kind of more of like a spinny. Think bank vault. It's like a big black metal
Yeah.
door with like a
It's the dial.
boat wheel. I don't know what to call it.
Boat wheel.
A valve?
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The big. Yeah.
What?
I know what he means.
Hold on. I need to look at my
If
inventory.
you look up chat GPT again, that's
If you have the spell knock, that would probably do it.
yeah, knock would be good. A bard might have that. I mean, theoretically, they could.
What?
Let's
So,
see.
what if could I take my water skin, pour out the water, and like try to get some blood in it and
No.
pour it underneath the door?
Uh,
To make
okay.
it look like
I mean,
blood's
by
coming
that
out?
logic, why don't you just try to pour the water underneath the door?
No. Pro tip: if you're trying
you
to
go.
move blood under the door, you already have a container that's filled with blood. You just have to tip him in the right direction.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the dead guy.
Just
He's a
have
blood
to
bag
tip
now.
him in the right direction.
Trying to do it a little bit more respectfully, but
Yeah. So what, you were gonna try and scoop blood off of the ground with your water skin.
well, you know.
Let's think about the fluid mechanics here.
I can tip him over and fill up my water skin like a.
No, you
Oh
could just
man.
you could just use the water to see if it'll flow under the door.
We could,
Fair.
yeah.
I will note though, blood's not gonna wash out of that water skin, my guy. It is going to have
Yeah.
a taste for the remainder of your life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save you. I'm trying
It's
to save
iron.
you.
It's just a little
But
extra iron.
I want to go for the whole like getting some blood under the door,
Sure, that's absolutely fine. Go ahead and make a deception
and then we can move
roll.
him back, basically.
You got this. You got
Let's
this.
see if this. Okay.
You got it.
Yeah, you go through the process of making it look like the blood came from the vault.
So we
I
need
make that
to
note.
make some fake notes about
Yeah.
everything, and then go up there and tell them that we need it open, right?
Yeah, so
Yep.
Moro, go
Exactly.
ahead and make a deception check as you're writing the notes.
All right. Okay. Come
You
on.
don't need to
God
write
damn it.
anything, but yeah.
You want me to play you a little song
you
real
want-
quick to bardic inspiration you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I was about to say I have that. I'm like, we haven't had a chance. I'm bardic
Yeah.
inspiration you.
All right. Let's
He
see.
throws out the
So,
spoons and he just like.
yes, and then what's the part? Is it D6?
D6. Well, unless you if you succeed, I think you just succeed, right?
Yeah, he hasn't
Oh.
succeed.
It's
yet,
only if
so.
you fail, then you use a D6.
This is-
20.
This is
I went from a
contested, so we're really
14 to
gonna
a 20
test
because this is
Margaret.
how friends help friends here.
There you go.
God, Varric the Bard is here.
If it
Played you a little song.
If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe,
I know.
yeah.
That's
So
what got it.
you forge documents of a governmental and official nature. You tamper with a crime scene. You
Okay.
something else happened.
You know, I have
you head back
calligraphers.
up.
I have calligrapher's supplies, which actually
Oh,
says something
I'll
about.
let you add your proficiency
forging.
bonus to that check then. So we're at 22.
Well,
Even
So
better.
that it's even better. Yeah, see,
Ooh.
I'll click my Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, no,
say-
you don't need to click that. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm just adding it on top of your deception.
Okay. Yeah, because I did have the supplies, so that is a good. One of the things I'm good at is making up shit.
Yes, you
Noise.
have
Noise.
succeeded.
All right, sweet.
So you come back up, and you would see that they are currently in the process of questioning the kitchen staff. And you hand them over the documents, and they say, we're going to be here for a while, but you folks can get back to your patrol. Don't want you gone too long. Thank you for taking this effort and handling it.
I said, just 1 minute. It appears that blood has seeped from the inside of the vault out to the dead body. So we believe that he was attacked inside the vault, exited, and locked the vault. So we
Absolutely
would
not a
like you to
problem.
open it.
We will look into this. You're dismissed.
Is that like are they allowed to dismiss me, or am I like the law?
You're a patrol officer, and you were
Right.
brought in by a lieutenant. So if you want to try and fight
okay.
this, you can. Absolutely something you can do. But he has dismissed you twice now, so you're
Yeah,
already at
we
disadvantage.
better go. All right, we got to
Okay.
get
Mora,
going.
we should go. I'm whispering.
Yeah,
Mora,
let's go.
We need to go.
You
All right,
thought
let's go.
We tried.
you thought you
Yeah.
thought. Oh, we make it look like they came from inside the vault. They're gonna open the vault. We can just kill all
We're
the
gonna open up-
guards. And let's just take
Kill
the
the
money.
guard. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, well.
you know that's what this is all about, right?
Sometimes good shit happens, and sometimes bad shit
I
happens.
was really
right?
like, oh, they're just trying to make it look weird. That's fine. So it's like different. Okay, cool. Okay. And then you head back up.
I think what I'll do, it might be, well, let me ask if I could retcon this. Could I have like left my notes, like, or handed them to the lieutenant, like this was my report?
Yeah, he would
So
ask
he
for
has
his journal back, so he has his.
Yeah,
journal
yeah.
back,
So he does have all the notes. I'll give him the notes because I want them to have that. I want them to think it's the Mardigans and stuff.
Absolutely. Totally fine. And yeah, you would have planted something, I assume. You said the Mardigans. What were you making that indicates that it's the Mardigans?
Oh, that's a good point.
It's just you saying that's the case?
Well, I'm gonna say based on reports from the kitchen because we did hear that 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 this type of an attack.
Okay, I'm not
seems
gonna
right
scrutinize,
up.
I'm not
yeah,
gonna scrutinize it too much because I really don't care.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, it's just something
Yeah.
little like that.
Yeah, it's probably
We
gonna be
wrote
taken as like
Mardigans were here.
your
Like what?
prejudice, so it's totally fine.
Yeah.
You work on the western side. Of course, you're gonna be dealing with Mardigans a lot. Totally fine. Okay, so you come back out and you regroup.
We want to regroup.
I think we just go ahead and regroup at this point.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell happened, but
I don't know.
Did you guys
No,
bring
went
the red bag with you?
No,
no.
we couldn't bring that back. We would tell. Actually, I guess Varric and I are the only ones who really know what happened at that. We explain everything to everybody else, and so I don't know. Does Kernell like light up when we explain? Like he knows what's going on because
Yeah,
to
we
us, it
tell
just
you
seems like
everything.
some
man.
monster got him. Some monster got this guy and disappeared.
Oh, so what? No waiter, no bag?
The waiter was dead down at
There
the
was a
bottom
waiter.
of the stairs.
He was everywhere.
And the bag was on the ground. There was blood all over. He was
Mm.
torn
Scratch
up.
marks on
Yeah,
it.
torn up.
Was the bag still functional?
Didn't check it.
It's hard to tell.
Well, do you have your bag of holding on you?
Yep, I do.
Mind if I take a look at it?
So I would take it out. I would hand it to him. What's going on? You gonna? Is there? Did you give me something to put in there? I don't remember it. I don't remember you doing that. But
So-
go ahead.
He wants to take a look inside, but he also wants to hold it away from him.
Sure.
Oh no!
Okay.
You're like
The thing you just
Valentine.
described happens.
come here,
Yeah,
put
and
your
then
hand
he
in it.
wants to, I guess, do whatever relevant inspections.
Sure. Yeah,
Right.
it's a bag of holding.
Okay, do you want me to? You know what I'm looking for. I want to figure out if the bagman has migrated.
So for the last one, that was done through the identify spell, I think.
Ooh, does anybody have identify spell?
Was it
I mean,
not?
I do, but I don't know what I'm looking for. So
'Cause you
unless
were-
he tells me.
You were handed the bag, and then you cast identify, and then
No, that's not what I used to identify that it was associated with the bagman the first
what,
time.
What did you use? Is what I'm
I-
looking for.
think you gave it to me, or you had me do an Arcana check, because Kiernell doesn't have Identify. He's never had Identify.
So I'm
But
going to
because this
say
was-
that as a give, it's not happening. It doesn't seem like there is anything untoward.
Well, I mean, because this is aberration related.
Yeah, I understand. I'm saying as a
I got it.
give for that one, I'm not putting forward anything kind of. It's
Okay,
not,
that's fine.
It's not any different than it was.
I got you.
You can make an Arcana check. I think I have a result in my head that might give you something related to this, but let's see what you get. That's not the result I was looking for.
Ain't nobody rolling shit tonight.
Oh my
So
I should have played you a song first.
It
Yeah.
really wouldn't have helped.
It wouldn't help. if it
That's fine.
Yeah, not with this one.
I mean,
You could've-
Kiernell, he's got some suspicions, but he can't confirm anything, and he
Chad
just
has
kind of
some
like
suspicions. Got it.
takes the bag out and like looks at it, and then he hands it back, and he says, that's strange."
Merrick, you could have sang him the entire like discography of Twice, and he would not have any benefit or boon that would be worth it. I'm just saying, like,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
that was
Yeah.
not even close. That was, looking at that 6. Okay. I will say that looking at it now and thinking about it, you definitely tried a lot more than I expected. Huh. Interesting. Okay, cool. We have things happening.
Yeah, if he just kind of hands it back and he says, "If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go find a pretty woman to offer my shackle to."
Okay.
All right.
I need a stiff drink after seeing all that. So
So keeping in mind, the shackling isn't for 5 days. So, or 4
okay.
days.
Well, that's not going to stop him from trying to find a good time.
Fair enough.
Reshackling.
I will say,
He's going to give him the worm.
man, I'm really
Give
thinking,
him a more worm giving.
how do I get this back on track?
Good question. You kill us all, and you tell us to create new characters.
Yeah, the Mardigans are going to show up, and they're just going to be like, "What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, we're gonna kill you.
This
Oh,
It was a
boy.
simple job."
Got
turns out they
totally-
really were gonna give us the money and everything. Like this is all normal.
Yeah,
We
they were
made it weird.
practicing.
You're like,
Yeah.
That is
We overthought it.
insane. Okay,
Good roll, Chad.
so
That's gonna get me killed.
I'm trying to think
It's
how
okay.
this goes. I'm not normally caught off guard like this. This is weird.
Yeah, we're not really sure what to do.
well,
Yeah, same. I'm definitely kind of on the back foot here. What would you like to do?
you guys want to head back to the tavern / hotel thing?
I mean, yeah,
Regroup,
we
have
could
a
do
drink? I would like to forget the things that I saw.
that. Me too.
To be
I'm
quite
with you
honest.
there. Yeah, seeing a person that's all torn up by some type of monster is pretty. Some type of animal. It's pretty.
Yeah, that
disturbing.
sounds really yeah, that sounds bad.
Kiernell, do you know anything, Kiernell? You seemed really
Yeah,
like
you're
you like
acting
to look
weird.
at the bag, man. Like,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Like what I did
What's
there?
going on, Kiernell?
Look at the
Well,
bag. I mean,
I've heard some stories about bags with this sort of magic. And well, there was I had that other bag of holding, like emphasis on had. He says that, yeah, and it I was out and about, and I noticed that it was just a normal bag. The magic had completely gone. It was kind of scratched up, a lot like you described that other bag. And if that bag's magic is also not working, look, there's this thing called the Bagman. It's been known to linger in certain bags of holding, and then it can also it can jump between them if it's in close proximity with another, and it apparently robs them of their magic when they leave. So, the bag I had isn't working, and the red bag isn't working, and that kind of just leaves your bag.
Hmm.
Is Kernell gaslighting us? Not really, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, no, I think he's actually telling you the truth.
Yeah, but it seems like you're gaslighting.
Could
Oh, that's scary.
I suppose that's
So it might
probably
be-
like peak Kieranel activities.
Yeah.
so what you're saying is the bagman might be in our bag.
He might
might-
be, or he might not be.
Do you think he could have we know this went to somewhere else? Would it still be torn up like this if he moved back through the dimension to the Mardigans?
I will say I'm awfully keen to see if that's the case.
I'll say we could check in on them. We can, I don't know, we
Yeah,
make up some
we could
lie saying,
send
hey,
Valentine.
something happened and we couldn't do the job. What happened? And just go see with that story in mind. If they're all
Yeah.
dead, we have our
I
answer.
mean, certainly checking in with them and seeing if you catch wind of anything weird happening in their neck of the woods, that would be very well. Frankly, that would be kind of a relief. That would tell us that we don't have to worry about that freaking creep crawling around inside your bag of holding.
If they're okay and they don't know what's going on, we could always tell them maybe it was confiscated by guards before we could get there, and we're sorry or something. But
You can just say that somebody in our crew dropped the bag. They had one job and they just they couldn't do it.
But
Yeah.
tis.
we would need
Yeah.
someone who was there before. I don't know I don't know these people. I was never
Valentine
there.
was the one.
What do you mean was there before?
With the Mardigans to make the deal.
Oh,
Someone to
well,
check back in with them who was there before, who understands. I think it was Valentine.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that you probably don't have to worry too much about incriminating a dead person. It's not like they're going to correct you.
True. That's true.
So, while it is unfortunate that this poor working class individual lost their life by getting embroiled in one of our schemes, well, it's better than losing one of you guys. I would just be so sad if I lost any of
Insight
you.
check. I could tell. I don't need to do an insight check to tell
Now
you.
I feel like I'm being gaslit.
disingenuous.
Now I'm gaslighting you.
Now I'm being gaslight. Yep, I think the gas knocked Jonah out. Jonah's just laying there.
He is
You
asleep.
spell that?
He was asleep. Yep. Jonah, your character died. We tried to save him, but the bag monster bit his head off and pulled his head into the bag.
Yeah.
You're just a body now. But the
Yeah.
good news is,
A
this little
headless
worm
corpse.
Then they
this
thought
worm
we
thing is
destroyed the
picking up.
monster and we're heroes. So we're
Yeah.
rich.
we
So-
probably leveled up too because of
At
this.
least
Yeah.
we're happy is basically what he's saying.
Sorry, man.
No, maybe we should end it here. If it looks like Jonah's like dying of sleep, we're down one.
If you
Sounds
guys
like
want to
fun.
call it, we can. Absolutely. It does sound like you're coming to some points, but I'm just trying to redirect.
Right.
Because they're I don't, maybe off the table, like if we do pop off, I can explain what I'm trying to say here.
Let me actually, since I posted the entire spell description,
I got too
Scroll
cozy.
here.
I'm sorry, guys.
Was that John?
No, I got too cozy.
Got
No,
too
no,
cozy.
you know,
We did some
this is the
things,
time of
but-
year for it. It's fucking disgusting outside.
Yes, it is. Oh my god. It's been a terrible day.
I wouldn't know. I don't ever go outside.
It's
Hmm,
it was
good
raining
call.
in Pennsylvania. It's in the 50s here. It's crazy.
It's
Yeah, no,
actually
it's-
cold in Florida.
Is it cold in Florida? What's cold in Florida? 50?
Well, they say like 50 degrees is freezing, and I'm just like, okay,
It's not though. But
it's really not. It's really nice enough.
I bet it's
but-
cold in Indiana right now.
It's like 60 here.
Well, it's like
It's-
like in the 50s and
It's been in the mid 50s to almost 60
Yeah.
recently, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
going to
supposed
drop
to get down
like
to
the
30.
10s.
yeah.
Well, I think it's supposed to drop to the 10s in the next week. Like,
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think
So,
the
Fun
high
Familiar
end-
it doesn't say anything about knowing its location. And we don't know where like the Mardigans are hiding out or where this bag
Yeah.
would redirect to.
You know where the
Well,
Marines are
Valentine
hiding
was
out.
with.
We know. Yeah, Valentine went and hung out.
Copper
with
knows too.
Yeah, Copper also knows. But
Yeah, but
you
they
know, he's
killed
asleep.
Copper. They took him for ransom. Said we're going to hold him here till the job is done.
Yeah, that's
if
what
you-
happened.
If
Actually.
you're not successful, he's dead.
They took
Oh
Copper.
man,
He's gone.
Copper. Yep.
Well, I mean, if we want to pay them a visit and see how they're doing, Kierna will be more than happy to accompany you.
Well, here's my thought on that. If we go there, what if like they're pissed off and they want to try to kill us? And they may, if there's enough of them, they'll be able to do it. But
Well, first
mean-
we have to get past Bob.
I mean, we could have Valentine go there by himself and say, "Hey, we tried. My crew tried to,
Yeah.
and we were unsuccessful." Kind of tell them what happened. Say, one of our crew went down and near the vault and got killed by an unknown assailant. So we could say something like that.
I think we should keep our cars close to our chest.
I think this is how they're going to react to it. They weren't expecting it to succeed anyways. So the fact that if we go in there playing dumb, they're probably going to play right along with us because they don't want to let on that they set us up to fail if we are somehow stupid enough to believe that it was going to be like an honest job.
Yeah, there's
Right.
probably no guaranteeing that they're going to even talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
There's a
Or they're all dead.
movie, I can't remember. It's got Jonah Hill in it, but he walks over and attempts to purchase drugs from some individuals he doesn't know. And after they take the money from him, they say, "What are you talking about? We don't even know who you are." So they have his money,
right.
and then they just let him walk. And the only
Man,
thing
I
that he
hate
had
that.
to resort to was violence. So he did that with, machine gun. But
Well,
so I'm just saying, like, it doesn't seem like they're going to be like, you show up and you're like, "Oh, the job didn't go very well." They're just gonna be like, "What job?"
Good point.
But we're just trying to see if they're like
Right.
alive.
And we're not even really there to talk about the job. We're there to see if a
Yeah.
monster spawned in the middle of their fucking camp and started butchering people.
Sure.
If that's what happens,
Yeah.
okay, see you.
If you want to check that, I can go ahead and give you the short answer. It did not. It doesn't seem like they are in any way fluxed whatsoever.
Well, now I'm scared about that bag that we got.
Yeah.
Well, is
See,
there
that
any-
was the good outcome, was
Is-
that it went there.
is there anything in that bag of holding, Kevin, that you had in the bag of holding?
Probably some of my gold. Probably, I don't know. Maybe some books, stupid stuff. But yeah, the best thing would probably be gold.
Okay.
I probably would have had some of my gold in there.
Well, do you want to recover it?
I'd like to. Is it? I guess you want to fight a monster. I'm gonna try to take my gold out of it. Yeah.
Okay,
out
you
of the-
reach into your bag and you pull your coin out.
Oof.
Oh,
My arm is still attached.
Yeah. Do you try to put your coins back in?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know. After this
It seems to be
story,
working just fine.
I think I'm gonna wait a while.
Every time he asks if you want to do something,
I'm
it's
just
like,
asking if
no.
you. Again, you took it out of the bag. It didn't do
Yeah.
anything. I'm just asking you.
I'm gonna store it somewhere else now because this
Okay.
bag is now sus, as
Well,
the kids would say.
fair.
S-U-S.
I appreciate you knowing the lingos.
I know the lingo from 10 years ago, probably now.
That's for real, for
Eh,
real.
Maybe half
Yeah.
a decade.
For real, for real.
No cap.
Maybe 5 years ago, but that's still a long
On
time.
God.
By the time I learn the words, they're old and like,
I'll say, Kevin, compared to Andy, you do have that skibbity toilet riz. So
Oh, jeez.
yeah,
Oh
I
my
do have.
God.
Yeah, I do talk to my daughter and stuff. She gives me the information.
yeah, you pay the phantom tax, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody's got to do that. So yeah, I'm take stuff out until I find out that, and I'm not going to sleep with that.
You
bag
take
of
something
gold.
else out? What are you taking out? Everything?
I'm gonna take everything that would be in there, take it all out.
It all comes
Just
out just
turn
fine.
it, just turn it
Okay.
inside out.
I'm
Is
okay,
there
okay,
anything? Is there
finish
anything
that.
magical though? Is there anything magical that was in there?
In there? No.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
wouldn't
sound
keep
like you had anything that was like super
No.
magical. So
No.
yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I have a pearl of power, but I would keep that on my body.
Yeah, it's on your person
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
that makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah.
So, but I'm scared of this bag now. I saw what happened to the person that got, attacked by that thing, and it wasn't good.
Yep.
So I'm gonna kind of like keep the bag in storage for a while until I see if everything's all right.
Okay. What do you mean in storage?
I'm gonna ask Kieranel if they want to kind of like watch it for a while. That's my version of
Want to
storage.
pass the buck?
Passing the buck. That's how it works. Maybe you could like check this out for a while. Sounds like you have expertise in this field.
You know, why don't you hang on to it? I'm going to do some research and see what we can do about this problem.
All right, maybe we should have somebody else. God.
That's a very solid.
Let's give it to
office
Copper.
I love
Let's
this.
give it to
I
Copper.
love this signal
Let's
chain.
give it to-
Copper is asleep and has been asleep for as
Copper-
long as you remember him.
We
so.
are stuffing the bag right underneath him as he's.
Foxen
So he wakes up and hey, there's the bag. No, I
does
wouldn't.
not
I'm just
exist.
kidding. I'm just kidding, Fox, and we would not do that.
Valentine can hold on.
We're
to
gonna
the
do
bag.
it to Valentine because
Valentine
he's.
wants to hold on to the bag. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
he
on
was
the
not
back-
there for that whole conversation.
Yeah, so let's give it to Valentine. No, actually, Valentine, be very careful with the bag. We suspect that there could be something wrong with it. So, I
Like
don't know. I don't
monster
feel.
coming out and killing you wrong.
Yeah, like I don't feel good
Just so
with
you know.
Valentine just having it. Let's just
So-
store it somewhere.
Actually, can I, John?
Yeah.
I would like to paint a picture for you and then ask if I could do a thing.
Okay.
All right, I would like to approach Valentine, and I would like to say, Valentine, give me a moment. And then I'd put my hand on his shoulder, and I would stare very deeply and meaningfully into his eyes.
He is wide awake.
And I would
that-
form a
that-
connection with him,
that-
and then I would use that connection
Hold on, that
to
blanket's getting a
communicate
little.
with my boss.
That blanket's getting a little tentish there, Jonah. Chill.
Sorry,
Oh gosh, you're right.
can't help it.
Sorry. You were forming connection with Jonah.
Just
Yes,
everyone
and then I would
flirt
use
on
that
the
connection to
Valentine.
speak to my boss,
Yeah.
and I would relay to him the situation with the bag of holding and ask for his advice on what I should do about
I
it.
told you to destroy the bag.
Yeah, well, you know, I tried to do that. My compatriots did not want to play along. I had a perfect plan.
Destroy the bag, and then the voice just shuts off, and you can actually feel the silence. Like it's like when like electronics, like an audio will like shut off. Like it's that
Mhm.
kind of like situation. Like it's
That's
literally
weird.
like the staccato, just staleness of audio appears in your head.
All right.
And now, can you just like back up a little bit? This is getting a little too personal.
Yeah. Sorry. I was I wanted to see how you were doing. You seemed like you were you had a cold or something. I apologize.
All right.
Hope you're feeling better. And then he turns around and walks away.
You have a bag of holding, Valentin. Do you want to pull anything out of it?
I'll put it in
I want to check if there's any gold in there.
Yeah. So you feel around. You start like thinking of your gold, right? Thinking of gold.
Mm-hmm.
You pull out a handful of gold. On quick count, it looks like
Nice.
there's about 17 gold pieces.
Fuck yeah. Putting that in my pocket.
Yeah, sure. Do you reach in for more?
Duh.
Pull out another handful of gold. It's like
Ooh,
21
sweet.
gold pieces.
Alright, so 17 plus 21. 38.
So Kierno reconvenes with Moro and he just shrugs. He says, "We gotta destroy the bag."
I want you guys to know from last session, remember how I spent like 100 gold?
Mm-hmm.
I've almost made all of it back
Yeah.
without doing anything.
Do you reach?
Proud of you.
Do you reach into the bag
You
again?
were
Yeah.
Okay. You pull
Do
your
I get more gold?
You pull a handful out of gold. Yeah, it looks like about 15 gold this time.
Oh,
Ooh, you are just making. Maybe you should keep the bag and just steal money from it, like it was a person.
I'm pretty sure this gold isn't just coming from nowhere.
You're right.
It is coming from
Yeah.
nowhere.
It's,
Yeah.
It's, are you putting it back after you take it out?
I wanna
You try to put it back in?
I wanna think of something else, like something like a food or a delicacy, and I wanna see if I can pull it out of the
You
bag.
reach into the bag and you pull nothing out. Nothing enters into your hand.
Shit!
No
Okay.
food.
More gold?
Do you as you're
Try to
fishing
pull
around
out-
there, you think of pastries
Yeah.
or cake, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, that's not happening. Gold, and then yeah, you pull out about 18 more gold.
Ooh, you better be writing this down.
Valentine, this can't be good. What are you doing?
18.
Is anybody in the room with him while he's doing this, or he's just? I assume he was by himself.
I'm
Oh, are you
just
by
playing
yourself?
with my sack by myself.
Ah, well, okay.
Yeah, because are you? You're not thinking of a measure of gold. You're just thinking of gold and putting your hand in there, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Let me know.
I mean, if it keeps coming out, like I'm just gonna think of like a certain amount of gold. Like this
Oh,
time I'm gonna go with
So now
50.
you're thinking of a certain amount of gold. Okay.
Yeah,
Nothing comes out.
fuck.
It has to be
Shit.
random. Gold.
Okay.
Hmm.
Big booty golf girl?
Not in the back.
Fuck.
What if you ask for a magic weapon or just a magic item? What would it do?
I mean, if there was a magic item in there, that'd be great.
Think
I'm
of
gonna
another
ask-
bag of holding and try to pull that out.
Oh no!
I
don't
think
do
of
Black
that.
another
more
bag of
bomb.
holding.
Black
It's
more
gonna
bomb.
be.
Black
Yeah.
more bomb. So
It's gonna be a bomb.
a quick note. Is anybody in the room with Valentin while this is happening, or no? It's a very important question.
Please, someone would be in the room.
Okay.
I mean,
Wait,
probably
hold on.
not.
Pause for a second. I'm
mean-
just gonna. You're gonna say yes or no. No other questions. No other anything. You're just gonna say
Yeah.
yes or no. Chad,
Okay.
Yes.
you're in the room with Valentin. Kevin.
Especially if he's gonna
no,
keep
it's
fucking
No,
with
no,
the
I said
bag.
no other words. I said
It's
no other
froze
words.
on me.
Valentin.
Yeah.
No. You're in the room
No?
with yourself. Sorry, Kevin. Are you in the room with Valentin?
No.
Joe.
No, no.
Michael.
Nope.
Okay, Copper is
Uh,
in the room with Valentin.
Copper's
Copper's
still
asleep
asleep.
in
I'm
the
kidding,
room?
I'm
Copper's
kidding.
gonna get eaten. He's
Copper's
asleep.
asleep. He's not anywhere near.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so
I'm
just here now.
Drinking.
Okay, so go on with your experimentation. I'm having fun.
Fuck it. I'm gonna keep. Okay, so I got gold. I got a lot of gold.
However
made-
much I said you got, that's how much you got. The number that
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah, I
Nice.
made all my gold back. So now I'm gonna get a little greedy,
Nice.
and I'm going to think of like gems, sapphires, shit like that.
Nice. I approve.
Okay, you reach in, you feel around, and nothing comes out.
And okay.
Oh, no gem.
Oh my god.
Kiernell's gonna go get everybody else.
Okay.
He wants to bring them into this room and he wants to say,
While
watch this.
Carinella is gone and only Valentin is there, do you reach in for anything in particular?
I'm gonna go in there. I'm not gonna think of anything specific. I'm just gonna say, fuck it, give me anything.
Okay, that doesn't do anything. That's not how bag
Oh.
holding works.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, this time I'm gonna go with gems and shit again.
That doesn't work.
Doesn't
Okay,
work.
gold.
Okay, you pull out like 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
And at that point, Kiernell, you have had the opportunity to ask 2 people to follow you. Pick 2 people of your choice, except for Copper.
Copper's asleep.
I'd probably go with Moro and if Krungar's in there, then yeah, Moro and Krungar.
Yeah, that sounds like the 2.
All right.
John's like John knows where I'm going.
Sure.
Okay, so
Valentin, as they're about to come inside, you thought gems, you thought gold. You got 2 more before they are fully in the room. What 10 gold is what you pulled on that last pull. You got 2 more things you can kind of fish the bag for.
I'm gonna go for. Let's go for
monster.
a weapon.
What do you think of?
Yeah. To a weapon, man.
Dagger.
A magical dagger?
Sure.
Make an
Ooh.
athletics check. Or, I'm sorry, a strength saving throw.
Oh no, you're gonna
Alright.
cut yourself.
Is this a grappled condition?
You do not know what it is.
Oh.
No, I asked because I have advantage on grapple conditions.
Sure. If it was a check, it would have been grappling, but I'm not grappling. I am
It's just a straight save. Okay, I
magically
got you.
pulling.
13.
Okay, so just as you're entering into the room, Kiernell, Moro, and Grungar, you watch as Valentin. If you've seen the movie Army of Darkness,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you remember when the words were said incorrectly and he is sucked into the book?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That happens with Valentin, but into a bag of holding.
Oh, fuck. That's not good.
And
Have you ever had your face eaten off by a
Um,
monster?
before
Bag
we
monster?
get to what happens next with you, Valentin, I'm going to ask the others what happens with them first.
Is there
Yeah,
any way
the
we
bag
can grab his
like
leg?
hanging aloft, hand of the in there, and then spaghettified into the bag through the arm, the whole ass Goliath. The bag drops, hanging aloft for a second like a fucking Looney Tunes, and then you three kind of look at that situation, like having just popped into the room right when that happened.
Kiernell immediately runs over, grabs the bag, and flips it inside out.
Oop.
Oh shit! It's like the bag has lost its magic.
Oh.
You're
I don't-
muted. I
You're
can't hear
muted.
you.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Oh, my
we can't
cat! My
hear you.
cat touched the fucking mic.
God, your damn
So-
cat.
When you pick up the bag, I need to read the bag of holding traits for 2024 because this could have been the worst choice.
Change.
This could have been the worst choice of things we could have done.
We get Valentine out, but it's just his bones. It's a skeleton, and he's just like now he's donated his body to science.
Yeah, I thought
Bag of
flipping it inside
holding.
out actually emptied it.
Yeah, it empties it, but the bag must be put right before it's used again. Got it. So yeah, spill, and nothing drops.
Oh fuck!
No, he's gone.
I'm going to pause for a second for you guys, and I'm going to move to just Jonah. But before I do that, I need to fucking deal with this cat. So just bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to be shutting off this video here, and I'm going to be fighting the cat for a moment.
What if the cat wins and we don't ever hear from?
Jonah, I appreciate what you just did.
I'm not even
I know
mad.
that was a lot. That
If
was
Valentine dies, I'm not even mad. Not even mad. I did it. I love it.
Yeah, who would not keep sticking their hand into a bag of money? I mean,
That's what I'm
It's fun.
saying.
Yeah.
I concur. I mean, again, I did make it pretty simple. But, Valentin.
Yeah.
Everything goes dark. You feel yourself being dragged across eternity. If you've ever seen the scene in the movie Doctor Strange where he's like, okay, this cat is fucking dying tonight.
I don't remember that scene.
I think the bag monster, the bagman or whatever, is supposed to be like John's cat or something.
I think
It goes
so.
meow, it cuts and attacks.
I'm currently in operation. I don't want this cat to hang around me right now.
It's the
Stop
sleepy
being
baby.
bad. He's a sweet boy, but he's doing bad shit. So, you feel like you're being dragged across eternity, like that scene in Doctor Strange, but like it's complete black.
Yeah.
Everything just seems to be moving past you. You see what appears to be a dot ahead of you, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's almost...
A cat.
Stop it.
Cat leveled up.
So you see it till it gets to about its island size.
Mhm.
And then, if this works, You
Can you imagine how-
slowly and
That's your hand.
calmly land upon what appears to be this island. As you see it in space, there's a moment where you actually recognize it as a bundle of just junk floating aloft in space. But as you get closer, these items, which from a distance look mundane in their correct size, now look like they're massive, gargantuan, entirely too large. You'll notice that some of the books that Moro was trying to rip out of his bag of holding appear to have been lost in the instance, and he has yet to identify the fact that he left some behind because he did not specify specific book titles. But then there are items that you know were never in his bag of holding to begin with. A masquerade mask, a shovel, arrows, a sword, with perpetually floating around in a ribbon. Other sorts of baubles kind of present. The only reason you can even see in this space is due in part to a lantern that has an eternal mote of energy floating in its space. When you land on this place, the main ground that you are kind of placed upon appears to be a map. A map of the water regions of the duchy, specifically the bay north of the island of Ordris. I'm gonna beat you up, buddy.
This
Boy.
is funny, boy.
Spankies. Bad. And then a hand on the map that appears to be dismembered, bleeding, with a mark upon it. The mark that's on it isn't exact. I will show you the mark here in a moment, but it also looks like it has some rings on it as well. I'm gonna gobble you up. Yeah. The mark on it appears to be some sort of religious mark. A demon mark. Do you have religion trained?
Probably not. Let me check. I don't think I do.
If not, I don't even need to show you the mark. It's terribly unimportant
No, I don't. I
to
don't.
you
I don't
because you don't. Okay, so you're free to search around at your pleasure.
Does it? Hold on. Just religion. Oh, I don't even have history. Never mind. Forget it. Okay. Okay. So you said there was a sword with ribbons.
Yeah, that's over here.
Okay, and then a lantern with the. Okay, it's
That's
big.
there.
It's not. It's not grabbable. Okay.
Yeah, all the items I mentioned are massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is your size.
And,
Everything seems to have been magnified to 100% its normal size, or
I mean,
1,000
if
times. It's
I'm
massive.
if I'm in front of it, and there's a ring on this hand.
Yeah.
First, I want to test the hand, see if it reacts at all. I'm gonna touch it.
Doesn't move or anything. It is a dead hand. It is cold, completely still. The blood that is leaking out of it doesn't appear to be like regular colored. It seems to be brighter, like a more vibrant kind of coloration, almost like spaghetti-o sauce.
Nice.
Mm.
All right. Your boy's gonna go over here to these rings.
Mm-hmm.
Like just out of curiosity, which one to me feels like it's worth the most?
They all look like they're very valuable.
Okay. Can I try to like take these rings off the finger?
I'm not going to try and stop you. Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics roll.
Oh man.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Nope. I got 4.
Yeah,
Oh.
you struggle and strain. We'll go ahead and cut to outside. You are investigating an inverted bag of holding. There does not appear to be any indication that anything was in it, including the person you saw just go into it but moments ago. The only indication of anything different is that the interior of the bag appears to have slight lacerations on the leather of the bag. Almost as if a cat were clawing at a space he shouldn't fucking go.
Yeah. So like real life.
So like real life.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I got a crazy idea, Kernell. Is it possible that Valentine was sucked into another place? Should we try to go in after him?
Kurnell puts the bag right side right, and then he just hands it back to Moro, and he shakes his head. No.
I'm gonna try to open it up and stick my head in there.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because I'm worried for Valentine.
Kurnell does this.
No, yeah, you pull the bag open and you take your halfling head And
Yeah,
as he's lifting his hand, do you just bypass that and go for it?
I'll stop for a second. Right? What's going on, Kieran?
No, this is completely separate. This is basically Kurnell searching for a signal.
There is
you're
no
searching
signal.
for- All right.
You've
I'm gonna
Okay.
stick
told
my
what you
head
need to
in there.
do, and you have yet to do it.
I mean, it's already been destroyed. It's effectively
It is
useless.
not destroyed. The bag of holding, upon being righted, is a bag of holding.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, Moro,
Um,
do you put your head in?
I'm gonna do it. What the
Okay.
hell? I'm
So
looking
you
for
enter your head
Valentine.
into an extra dimensional space. His head is a halfling head, so it's not like terribly like goofy looking.
Well,
But if you've ever
yeah.
seen the clip of when like Mr. Bean puts like the turkey on his head, that's kind of what we got, but with a bag,
Oh,
right?
man.
And so he's kind of like, and nothing changes. He's not like totally like you're cognizant of nothing around you because all of your sensory devices except for feel have been kind of removed due to being placed into the bag. You are in a demi-plane that has no touch, no feel, no sense of being, but you're able to breathe for a duration because you can survive inside of a bag of holding for a little bit. But
Right.
you know what this should be like just based on premise alone. Your thought process is this is just like it was before. It is a regular motherfucking bag of holding, and your head is in it.
Then I would pull my head out and say, "He's not in there."
Oh, I would say that as you're kind of looking at that situation, Krungar and Varric, you would notice as they're focused on the bag, near the seat where Valentin was seated, there's a table that is just rife with gold pieces, which are yours now.
My gold!
I'm still
no.
drinking because I was not called up.
You were not called for this, I guess.
Oh, fair,
I'm
fair, fair.
I'm downstairs drinking. I'm getting crunk. Valentine who?
Oh no,
So,
Valentine.
Sorry, bro.
I guess Kurnell will walk over and start counting out the gold, but while he's doing that, he looks over at Moro sticking his head in the bag and he says, "Reach in there and envision Valentine."
So I would pull when I pulled my head out, and he says that, I will do that. I will
Hold on.
reach in with my hand.
Pause. You're going for that. That's the thing that you're going to do immediately after, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple things are going to happen here. Valentin, during your struggle,
Oh no.
you hear this loud, booming sound. And as you're hearing that, it's directly from above you, and you kind of look up, and you see the size of like the biggest moon you can imagine in your head. Moro's fucking face and head appear.
That's
And
hilarious.
looking around, and it looks like he's moving his mouth and talking, but you can't hear anything. And then gone.
Gone.
Then you see a hand descend, and it looks like a very massive but proportionately halfling hand come in. And then it is encapsulated by a massive black hand with claws.
Oh no!
Moro, make a strength saving
Oh,
throw.
if it rips my hand, there's gonna be a little halfling hand to the hand.
No, he's just gonna pull you into the fucking bag.
Oh no, we're all getting pulled in. All right, what'd you say? Strength?
Strength saving throw.
Saving
Everyone's gonna be
throw.
pulled in. I'm gonna be left in the tavern by myself.
Strength is not my thing.
Well, I'm not in this campaign anymore, guys.
Nope, just got 6. I got pulled in.
Halfling
This is
in the
fucking
bag. Bag drops to the ground. Moro,
Oh god.
Jesus
you
Christ.
Oh no!
fall and land. I'll go ahead and remove pass without a trace because I don't think that's active right now. But
No, it's not active
yeah,
right
yeah. You would land pretty much
Oh,
close to
man.
where Valentin appeared in a similar fashion. You kind of ripped through space and then you kind of slowly descend and land on this map that is in a bundle of stuff. You'd also notice that this book here and this book here are your books, and these are your notes from, back in Penford. You forgot to grab those. The other
Oh,
books you grabbed were like, just leisure reading and stuff.
Yeah.
Laura.
You couldn't have possibly remembered all the books you had in there.
No, but I am trained in religion.
Fair.
if that has something to do with that hand.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Give me a religion roll.
All right, come on, baby. Moro needs a new pair of shoes. Ugh, I rolled a 12. How shitty.
It's easy.
Wait, someone give him inspiration.
It's an easy enough one. So the symbol that's on there
okay.
is incorrect. Again, this is not my map, but basically the marker would be something like this, but a bit more kind of updone as it appears in the thing. For those watching at home, this is the icon of the glutton.
Ooh.
This is a marker
Ooh.
of the demon prince of gluttony, Umbaba. And you are free to read this, Kevin, and know all of that.
Awesome. All right, where was it? Where did you post it?
So,
Discord.
General.
Oh, general. I'm looking all around. Some crazy cats. Oh. Humbaba. All right. Should I read it now or should I read it
Umbaba.
later?
You can do whichever you would like. Again, we're getting close to the 10 o'clock marker, so you can save it for
Right.
homework.
All right, I think I know how we're gonna wrap this up, guys. It's gonna be great.
I want to express something to you, Jonas, that you have seen the inside of the act. You saw the hand grasp Moro's hand. You then watched as Moro's hand diminished immensely and then was torn through it. If you had an estimation, I'm not like, again, Moro was the size of the moon.
Yeah.
And was dragged into this space to give you an idea of how far away the opening is.
Yeah.
And then was
Super far
turned into
away.
this very small size and placed here on the map with you.
Ooh.
The other thing you would note, is seeing it there, is that the hand is connected to the shadows around you. And you can see a pair of eyes that move in this space. Okay, so back on the outside.
Yeah.
All right, Kierno wants to go get Varric, so he can convene with Varric and Krungar, because Copper's still sleeping.
Okay, so Kierno leaves the room. Krungar, you're left alone with the bag.
No, he's not going to leave Krungar alone with the bag. He's
You
got
said-
a plan.
No, you already said that. You
Okay,
already
that's
said
fine.
what you did. I'm letting
Okay,
Joe have some
sorry.
agency. Shut up. Joe, what are you doing?
Okay, yeah.
I get really mad, and then I reach in. I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna try to pull Moro out.
Okay, you reach in. So, everybody inside of the bag, you watch as a massive green hand pops into the bag. And then I need a strength saving throw. I believe you'll have advantage because you're really mad about it.
Ooh. I hope you pull the monster out.
Okay.
Yes.
So
That's
the
not bad.
19, you'll fail, and you'll watch as the hand
Oh,
grasps
shit.
Krungar's
So-
hand and drags him into the space. Krungar, you feel as your rage subsides because the duration of you falling will be outside of. Is that still a thing? Is rage still fall away if you don't murder stuff?
Yeah, if I don't attack anything in a round. Yeah.
Basically, like that, it's a bit more like Doctor Strange. That initial anger of like, you don't know anything, you're just a dum dum, is like torn away by the reality, like shifting plunge through darkness, and you land near Moro, and you can roll a religion check on your way down as you see the hand as they've seen it. And if you get a 12 or better, you'll know the same things that he does, and
You
feel
got
free to
it.
read the page.
Sweet.
Umbaba, the demon prince of gluttony, is the mark on the hand.
Boom baba.
Umbaba.
Well-
Okay, so we'll have you guys do a bit of a discussion here in a second. Go ahead, Papa. I'll let you jump up here. That's fine. Why can't you be good and just do that?
I have a plan. I have a plan, guys.
I'm sorry,
I
Chad.
have a plan.
Varric, you're away or taken from your drunken efforts, and you are taken back upstairs where you believe Valentin and the bag are, whatever they were talking about, and you come in to see a bag laying on the ground, and a bunch of gold coins on the table.
Oh no, Kieran picked up all the gold.
Did you just pick them up and not look at them, or did you take an examination of them?
He was counting them out, so he was looking at each one individually as he was.
You would have noticed that they, for each pool, were from different locations. They're regionally different.
Ooh.
You have guilders from Parnak. You have a Syrian guild. You have Zenny from Serio. Like it's from all over the world. These gold coins.
How much was that total?
How much was that total there, Jonah?
Shit. I started out with 326, and now I'm at 407.
4?
Or
407?
417. Sorry, 417.
417
That
is
sounds like a
91.
lot of.
Okay. Well, it's really dumb. This character, she won't let me add like miscellaneous items to my inventory.
Let me. So I lost the 91 gold.
Yeah.
It's not gonna matter. Yeah, I just wanted to add like 91 miscellaneous gold. I'll write that
Just
somewhere
put
else.
91 Electrum pieces. We'll know.
Okay. So
Nobody uses Electrum.
So he comes back down with Varric, and as soon as he walks in and sees the bag sitting on the floor, he's just like, shit. And then he looks at Varric and he says, he picks up the bag, he looks at Varric and he says, I need you to reach in this bag and think of finding Valentine.
I don't like that idea. Here now, what has happened?
Hold on.
I see.
Make a deception roll, Kieran.
Oh, shit.
Varric, make an insight roll.
Roll for gaslighting.
Oh, this isn't gaslighting. This is
Roll
just
for
omitting critical information.
I am going to give Varric, because of Michael's stated kind of initiate, like, distrust, advantage on the check. So
Oh, no.
Yeah,
insight with advantage.
I'm rolling shit.
Okay, so
Well,
you
Michael's
feel
not-
like what the way he said it leaves out a lot of details,
Yeah.
and it definitely does sound like there's a trap there or something wrong.
here now, what's going on here?
Our friends are in this bag. I have a plan to get them back,
Okay,
but I need to be the last one going. I'll be right behind you, I promise, and I'm not lying about that.
Insight check.
hold on. Sorry, Varric, make a Constitution saving throw.
How drunk are you?
That's what I'm about to
That's
find
the
out.
question.
That's what I'm
Oh
about to find-
god, yeah, that's true. Well,
You're not.
Oh, he's
you're not
good.
drunk.
Yeah, you're good.
He's good. He's good.
You are sober enough to understand all the words that he just said.
what's the plan, Kirnell? Like, is this time sensitive? Do I have to do this right now, or can we talk for a second?
Well, the sooner the better, because I have no idea what's happening inside the bag. I just
Wait,
know
hold
that,
on.
well,
I have to check something real quick. This is very important. This is so important. You don't even understand how important this is.
Are you ordering something to?
Hold on.
like,
Pause. Foxen, hurry up. Fucking answer the question.
Oh gosh.
it's okay. I thought of him too.
Hold on. Pause.
Gonna drop him in.
We
there.
gotta have him. We gotta have him be. No. Okay. Hold on. If you were asked the same question, just right away, just like as it was, like not even thinking about it, would you like heed Kirnell's words and like go for your friends, or are you staying outside of the bag? Serious face with Copper. Again, we're not playing anybody a bit more. You're kind of a goody little two shoes a bit.
Yeah, Copper's kind of like a good boy. He's gonna go in to find
If you
his friend.
don't want to go, then I'm gonna say no.
He's
He
sleeping.
wouldn't trust Kirnell. That's a fair point. Okay, so he's sleeping.
Oh, that's a good point. You have a trust issue.
We
with
just
you.
have to deal with the Copper related shenanigans when it comes to next session. Totally
Okay.
fine. But
You were saying, Kirnell? The sooner the better,
yes.
but
Well, are you going? Are you getting in the bag or not?
it doesn't sound promising, Kirnell.
Getting in the
Okay.
bag.
If you don't want to, here's what I need you to do. If you are not willing to get in that bag to save our friends, I need you to trust me on this. When I get in that bag, I need you to cut it open.
Like, cut it open, like as in.
Yes, you can either get in the bag with me or you can cut the bag open after I go in.
You know what, Kiernell? Let's do this.
Okay, then I
And with
need you to
that-
reach in that bag and think about Valentine.
And with that, I'm gonna say, Blue Skidoo, we can too. And think of
Nice.
Valentine and reach my hand in the bag.
So before that, somebody else put their hand in the bag. That was Kiernell.
Krungar.
Krungar. No, before that. Or after that.
No,
No.
no, Kiernell has not done that yet.
And Varric
My
didn't
plan-
put his hand in the bag, right?
I am now.
Okay. So we'll get to that beat here in a second. So for Krungar, everybody watches, and then more this would be for you. I'm going to switch the music up here because it's about to get more action-packed. You would watch as the hand of darkness kind of grasps a hold of Krungar, drags him through, and then tosses him onto the space. Valentin, do you stay on the hand or do you drop down?
No, I'm still on the hand. I'm still trying to get the ring.
You see him
But
trying to
when
pull this ring off of the hand, which, again, this is an absolute, like, mockery of sanity. Like, what the
When
fuck
I
is happening?
see Kerngar, I'm like, hey yo, come on, me get this ring. Come on, come on.
Do you help him go get that ring?
Yeah.
Okay. Krungar hops up. Go ahead and make an athletics check. You're getting help from Valentin, so you have advantage.
No one's concerned
baby.
about what's happening.
Come on, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
You manage to shift it, but it doesn't pull it entirely off the finger. It
Fuck!
kind of drags, like, maybe for you it's like a solid foot, but like in size comparison it would be like from this point over the knuckle.
That should be enough.
No, because now it's on like the fatty pad in the middle, and you're trying to pull it on a
Fuck.
finger that's flat. So,
What if me and Mora lift up?
oh, we'll get to that. When
Okay.
you have time to be doing the shenanigans. I just told you, shenanigans are going to happen from my side.
Sorry.
You see a hand pierce the veil above. The black hand grasp a hold of it. Are you resisting Kiernell, or are you letting it take you?
No, I'm not going in
Varric,
yet.
Varric, this is me.
Varric, you're going in.
I'm letting whatever happens
Oh,
happen.
okay,
Yet.
I understand now. I'm sorry. The way it was said, I thought you were going to let
Right.
Kiernell. Okay. Grasp.
Oh no, yeah.
Drag. Varric, you are letting it happen. So you see Varric do the same thing, plunging down to the bottom. And, bear with me here. I am going to then note you all are placed. Once that's done, Kiernell,
He writes a note.
I'm gonna not let you take your action because I would like for Foxen and you to have an engagement before you make any drastic decisions.
Oh, I was just going to leave him with a
No.
note that says cut the bag.
Oh. Okay, you're going in.
Yeah.
Okay, then we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make it so there's like zero chance for confusion. Like he's going to read the note, cut the bag. Like went to get Valentine, cut the bag.
Okay. Got it. So, with that, you would see that the hand drags Kiernell down, placing him on the map. The second that does happen, there's a flash of red that kind of fills the sky. And in that moment, you realize that the shadow creature that has been dragging you in still takes up 50% of the sky above you, seemingly looming over top your little island in this space. Also in the shadows beyond it, you can see small little clusters just like this one, floating aloft in space, thousands of feet away from you. And the creature in question is, as everybody has had it described to them in their children's stories, as everyone has understood it to be, the Bagman. And that is where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you next time as we have the fight with this fucking horror.
All according to plan.
Thanks for watching. See you.